Greetings, Lane Kaplan. How is everybody doing this fine day? Okay, I guess. Yeah, no, I've been better for sure. All right, I'm gonna go put on headphones to hear what's actually going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chair has an important announcement to make so that we may proceed in an orderly manner under our current time constraints. As described in our rules and the order of business, to enable the chair to be certain that any motion offered has met the necessary requirements of our rules, the would like to put the delegates on notice that the chair, through the secretary of the convention, must be provided.
Hi, Cook. Saw your TST video. I was saying was hooked. Glad to be here. Oh, thank you very much.
Support of a majority of delegates from each of the necessary number of states required by our rules. This written confirmation is consistent with our modern practice and precedent during previous conventions with similar announcements, as well as the use of written certificates for the presentation of the names of our candidates.
I have a couple people in line before you.
Also, the chair would like to remind all delegates that the rules require that the notification of evidence of written support necessary to present a name of a candidate for the nomination of the office of President and Vice President of the United States must be submitted to the Secretary of the Convention prior to the placing of the
wouldn't it be
names
so
of
fucking funny?
candidates
Like
for
they
nomination.
wouldn't, but like wouldn't it be so fucking funny if they forgot to like elect Trump on a technicality? Oh god, that'd be so fucking funny.
Is limited to the delegates.
We will never like if the last couple days have shown us anything, the world is not lucky enough to get good things. Like no matter how close we come,
to ensure that the chair
but
can hear the
it would be very
actual
funny.
results. In other words, if you
Oh,
are
thank you
not on
very
the
much,
floor,
Dara Lumi.
you are not speaking during votes. The chair now recognizes the Secretary of the Republican National Convention.
No, it's a Spanish
Vicky Drummond
translation in
from
the back,
Alabama,
but it
for
seems
the
like it's a
purpose
problem with the
of reading
stream.
the call of the convention. Please give her a warm welcome.
How's the volume for me versus speaking over the jackasses on stage?
Thank you, Chairman Watson.
Gracias,
To the Republican voters of the United States of America, in accordance with the rules
Let's
the
go.
Republican Party adopted.
Yeah, I heard
by
about the Judge
2020
Cannon ruling. It's so
Republican
fucking cool.
National
This country's awesome, dude.
on
I love it.
August
It's so.
24th,
I was talking to somebody yesterday. It's like I don't even want to make
in
like
Charlotte,
political
North
predictions
Carolina.
because I literally have
And
no
as
idea what
amended
could
by the
happen
Republican
in the next
National
couple
Committee on April
weeks.
14, 2022, in Memphis, Tennessee. The Republican National Committee hereby directs that a national convention of delegated representatives of the Republican Party.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. This is like unlistenable to me. Like with me speaking over one person, it can be overwhelming, but me speaking over two people, that's fucking garbage. Like, what are we doing here? All right. I guess hopefully this will be at CNN News 18. Nope.
Called Trump Hitler, saying he's a threat to democracy. I've never heard anyone just go back at any of these representatives and say, how is he a threat to democracy? Because
They've
you don't like
laid
the
it out
things that
very-
he's going to do with the constitutional power he gets?
Jesus
That's not a
Christ.
threat to democracy. That
I don't know who the fuck these guys are. Don't like that. How is he a threat to democracy, saying he's going to jail his political opponents? The world may never know. I think, like, it seems like J.D. Vance, which would be very funny because yesterday when we were watching Nick Fuentes' stream, he fucking hates J.D. Vance.
Thank you very much, Secretary Drummond.
So that is very
The
funny
chair
to me.
now recognizes the delegate from Illinois for the purpose of making a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'm Mark Shaw from Illinois, and I move that further reading of the call be dispensed with.
and that the Secretary be instructed to incorporate the call at this point in the convention proceedings with the same force and effect as though read in full.
Without objection, the previous question is ordered. The question is on agreeing to the motion to dispense with the reading of the entire call for the convention and that the call be made part of the permanent record of the convention. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed signify by saying no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the motion is adopted.
That would have gone very different if I had been there.
The motion
if I was
to
there,
reconsider is laid on the table.
You would have heard the loudest fucking no!
The chair states that pursuant to the call and Rule 42 of the Rules of the Republican Party,
Rule 42?
as adopted by the 2020 Republican National Convention,
Rule
and
42?
as incorporated by the call for this convention,
that's just one rule away from my favorite rule.
26 through 42 shall be the temporary rules of the convention. Vicki Drummond, Secretary of the Republican National Committee, has presented to the chair the temporary role of delegates and alternates to
I was thinking of Rule 43, not Rule 34. God damn it,
Ladies
I was one
and
wrong.
gentlemen, it is now time for the convention to elect its temporary
not quite
chairman.
Diagnosed dyslexia.
Pursuant to the authority granted to me by the Republican National Committee, I nominate as the temporary chairman of the convention the Honorable Henry McMaster,
They would
Governor
never do
of South
Ramaswamy.
Carolina.
Ramaswamy is overwhelmingly not that. Like, despite Ramaswamy
The
talking the
Honorable
talk,
Brenna Bird, Attorney General of
he also
Iowa.
has not white skin. And that makes him overwhelmingly
And the
disliked
Honorable
by
Mitch
hardcore MAGA
McConnell of
Republicans.
Kentucky, Senate Republican
Honorable
leader.
Mitch McConnell is fucking crazy. That's a crazy fucking thing to say.
All
Coach Cook,
those
thank you
in
for
favor
subscribing.
of electing Governor McMaster,
we're already
Attorney General
93%
Bird,
to,
and
our
Leader
hype train.
McConnell as the temporary chairman signify by saying aye. All those opposed signify by saying no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The chair appoints the following individuals to the escort committee for the temporary chairman: Peggy McMaster of South Carolina, Bob Byrd of Iowa, and the Honorable Elaine Chao of Kentucky.
There's literally no honor, like, in that entire room.
The chair has been presented with the names of the temporary officers of the convention as prepared by the Republican National Committee. The chair now recognizes the delegate from Oklahoma for the purposes of offering a resolution.
Mr. Chairman, I am Pam Pollard from Oklahoma, and I offer the following resolution for immediate consideration. Resolved that the officers presented and elected as temporary officers of the Republican National Convention.
Or when I get an
Mr.
actual
Chairman,
PC,
I yield the balance of my time and move for the previous question of the resolution.
PC,
Without objection, the previous question is ordered.
I am going to.
The question is on the adoption of the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Have buttons and sounds and everything.
All those opposed signify by saying no.
Later this year, I'm looking to do a full
In the opinion of the
overhaul of my
chair, the
streams
ayes
with
have
new
it,
assets,
and the resolution is adopted.
like motion
Without
graphics
objection,
and the whole nine.
the motion to reconsider is laid on the
keep
table.
that in mind. All of your donos go towards
Ladies
that
and
kind
gentlemen,
of stuff.
we are about to begin a very important part of our program. I would like to ask that the aisles be cleared and the delegates please take their seats. Thank you.
An impromptu dance session? What? What?
First, we will take up the report of the Committee on Credentials. And to do so, I am pleased to introduce Joe Gruters, delegate from Florida and chairman of the Committee on Credentials, to present the committee's report.
Joe Gruters? God, every Republican
Joining
is just
him
named like
is Jeannie Lucky,
Bick
delegate
Wickham.
from Mississippi and co-chair of the Committee on Credentials.
Yeah, please welcome to the stage, Slodge Gork. Do you use stream .bot? It gives you more controls. I would, but I can't. I guarantee I do not have.
Mr. Chairman, it is my
PC.
privilege at this time to offer the following resolution and ask for its immediate consideration. Resolved that the temporary role of delegates and alternate delegates as presented to the convention become the permanent role of the convention, and that the roll be considered as read. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I am honored to yield my time to the chairman of the Committee on Credentials, Joe Gruters.
Yeah, I saw the
go,
sticker
Team
mule
Florida.
shit. I saw the sticker mule shit. Thank God I don't
you,
use
Madam Co-Chair.
like Redbubble
Mr. Chairman,
doesn't.
it
First
has
off,
been
I
my
have not
privilege
seen.
to serve as the chairman of the Committee on Credentials.
Yeah, that guy looks
Alongside my co-chair,
like
Jeannie
his
Lucky,
name is.
the Republican National Committee's
Brick
contest
Jork.
met to
What
consider
was his name?
contest properly
Doesn't
filed
matter.
with the Secretary of the Republican National Committee.
I've still not
committee
seen
issued
like
recommendations which
$1.
were submitted to the Republican
I need to figure out
National
how I
Committee
get money
on
from
July the
Redbubble
10th,
because I've sold like
2024.
I don't know,
The
probably
Republican National
20 or
Committee
30.
adopted the
Especially
committees
people
on
love the
contest-
fucking
on contest
pronouns sticker I made of
recommendations,
the pronouns
which
guy.
were incorporated into the
and I've sold a bunch of them.
temporary rule
But
and
like
forwarded to the
Redbubble does not
Convention
give good
Committee on
margins.
Credentials.
Sticker Mule was actually one that I had
One
recommended to me,
appeal
and I'm so glad
was
I never
taken
went with them.
before this committee on
I'm
credentials.
so glad I never
Following
went
that
with them.
appeal, the committee voted to seat the delegates of Missouri as
Yeah, Brick Jork. I
originally
forgot. Isn't that his
certified.
name? I forgot what his name was. He had some stupid name.
These changes were incorporated
What,
into
he-
the temporary
I mean, what does this guy look like? It
On behalf
looks like his
of
name
all
is
of us who had the privilege of serving
Chup
as members of the
Gillum
Convention Committee on
or something.
Credentials, it is my honor to certify the delegates and
I
alternates
was
to this
gonna have. Here's the
convention
thing. Gloves are coming
who
off.
will
I had a
serve to
mean name
nominate
joke
the
in
next
my
president of the
CPAC
United
video. I
States,
took it out.
President
I took it out.
Donald J. Trump.
Because I was like, you know what? That's not fair. Some of these people are like, and there were still mean jokes in there. People got mad at me over calling some people large sons.
Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time and
Sorry,
move the
gloves are
previous
coming off.
question on the resolution.
Like I have likely a couple months where I'm able to get this stuff off publicly before I
Without
have to like
objection, the
actually
previous
worry about
question
probably
is
being
ordered.
censored or some
The
shit.
question is on the adoption of the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed signify
Has anything
by
important
saying
happened yet?
no.
No. It's just them doing
In
the
the opinion of the chair, the
dumb
ayes have it, and the
bullshit.
resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Keith Webb.
Congratulations to all of our delegates and alternates.
Yeah, I put it on low so that my computer can handle it, but I'll turn up the resolution a little bit. I should be able to
The
go
chair
up
is
to-
now proud to introduce Jeff Kent, delegate from Washington and chairman of the Committee on Rules and Order of Business, to present the committee's report. Joining Mr. Kent are the co-chairs of the Committee
Come
on
on.
Rules and Order of Business, Brian
Fridge
Jack from
McLarge
Georgia,
huge.
and Julianne Murray, delegate
not far
from
off.
Delaware and
Come on.
chairwoman of the Delaware Republican Party.
Mr. Chairman, fellow delegates, I offer the following resolution and ask for its immediate consideration. Resolved that the rules
Yeah, this is where they
printed
decide the
and
nominees, and I
distributed be
think
adopted as the rules for the election and the
It
governing
may
of the
be
Republican
where
National
the VP
Committee,
is getting
the rules
announced too.
under which delegates and alternate delegates shall be elected, selected, and allocated, and the rules which serve as the rules of the Republican National Convention. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I am honored to yield my time to my fellow co-chair, Brian
Oh,
Jack.
I know that guy. That guy was sitting in the front row of the Trump rally. I met that guy, Mr. The fucking dumbass
Well,
cheap
thank
suit.
you, Co-Chair Murray. My name is
God,
Brian
he
Jack.
really, like-
I'm from Fayette County, Georgia.
Champion
I've
level
had-
dick riding.
I've had the privilege of spending
Yeah, I'm
the
a
last
Homelander.
8
I'm
years of
I'm
my
more
life
like
working
Trump
for
is the
greatest
like of
president
course Trump is the
of our
fucking nominee.
lifetime, President Donald J. Trump.
Great.
It has been my honor to serve as co-chairman of our committee.
Yeah, I'm at the
on rules and order of business. Thank you for enabling
brick
me.
suit guy. Brick suit guy and the dude who had a puppet Trump, which was
Thank you for
easily the
enabling
scariest
me,
part.
Our committee chairman, Jeff Kent, and my fellow co-chair, Julianne Murray, to preside over our committee's work. And thank you to the 112 members of the Rules Committee for your tireless commitment to the rules that govern
Fucking
our
hilarious
party.
that they give a they're
Each of you
being
were
like, oh,
first
thank you for
elected
going
your
by the
Republican Party
rules.
constituents to serve as delegates to this convention, and then you were elected by your peers to spend an additional week in Milwaukee with us. The rules package you overwhelmingly passed out of committee streamlines the way our party functions. It incentivizes greater Republican participation in our primaries, caucuses, and conventions going forward.
Oh boy,
and
does it.
enables us to nominate the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump.
Real Neum, thank you for following.
Congratulations on this
thank you for
committee's
100
success,
bits.
and I'm honored to yield my time to the chairman of the
Man,
committee
just get in there
on
and do an
Rules and Order of
espionage on the
Business,
enemy and discern
Jeff
what they're
Kent.
planning. I have
Thank
immense
you.
respect for that. You truly do go above and beyond the line of duty. Thank you, Homelander. I do my best.
Thank you,
I was,
Mr. Co-Chair.
I was thinking,
Mr. Chairman,
like, the
and
logistics of me
delegates
getting
the
down to
convention.
CPAC,
report
to getting
of the
down to the
Committee on
RNC, but I
Rules
just
and
don't
Order of
think,
Business
like, I do
has
not
been
have the
printed
money to
and
do that
distributed to the
right now.
delegates.
Because I'm
These
still paying
changes
off the
adopted
LA
by the
trip
Convention
and
Committee on the
the
Rules of Order and
CPAC
Business,
trip,
and
but
I am honored to have served as the chairman
we'll see how
of
the
this
election's
committee,
going. But I was
and
talking about
am proud
I'm
of
going to
the
try and be
committee's
in
work.
whatever happens.
Mr. Chairman, I yield
I'm going to
back
try and
the
go to
balance of
DC
my time
end of the
and
year.
move the previous question
Whether
on the
Trump gets
resolution.
elected, whether Biden gets elected, we'll see. I probably wouldn't be able to actually go undercover just because I've done the other, like the other videos have
Without
between
objection,
them like
the previous
400,000
question
views.
is
So
ordered.
like,
The question is on the
but
adoption of the
we'll see.
resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed signify by saying no.
well, I mean, I could go as media
In
is
the
the thing.
opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
But
and the
yeah,
resolution
it's
is
I
adopted.
I didn't
Without
realize
objection,
RNC is
the
coming
motion
up so
to
much.
reconsider is laid on the table.
Oh, thank you, Lane. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
The chair now recognizes the delegate from Michigan and the chairman of the Michigan Republican Party, Ambassador Pete Hoekstra, for the purpose of offering
Thank you,
a
Jam
resolution.
Tim.
Mr. Chairman, I'm
Congrats
Pete
on the
Hoekstra from
VP nom.
Michigan.
Yeah, I have
In
high hopes.
1994, I had the honor of working with Newt Gingrich to develop the Contract with America. Soon, this convention will adopt a platform that will make America great again. I offer the following resolution.
Gotta play the hits.
and
People love the
ask
hits,
for
right?
its immediate consideration. Resolved that the report of the Committee on the Platform be considered as adopted. Mr. Chairman, for purposes of explaining the report only, I am honored to yield to the committee chairman and co-chair, Senator Marsha Blackburn and Congressman Mike Waltz.
Shade Slayer, thank you for following. Lane Kaplan, I love my Dishonored video. I wish more people saw
I
it.
now have the honor of recognizing the
If you haven't seen, if
chairwoman
y'all
of the
want
Platform
good
Committee,
content,
United
Dishonored
States
and my
Senator for the
Wolfenstein
great
essay. Those are
state
my
of
still two of
Tennessee,
my favorite
Marsha
essays.
Blackburn.
Delegates, I'm Marsha Blackburn from the great state of Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Last week, I had the honor of chairing the Republican Platform Committee, and I'm here today to report
I
on
just
our
like Tennessee
work.
is truly becoming
I
one of
would
the most
like to
reprehensible
thank
states
all
in the
the
entire country.
delegates who
Like
served
Tennessee
on
and
the
Florida, I
committee
cannot imagine.
and
And I say this as a
helped
trans
us
person.
produce
Tennessee and Florida
a
cannot imagine worse places to
platform
live. If I'm
that
being real.
all Americans can be proud of. It's a
Bullshit.
different kind of platform. It is not a laundry list of special
Aw, thank you
interest
very much,
wishes,
Jam
but
Tim.
a succinct, clear agenda and a promise to the American people. I talked with our next president,
Yeah, Queer
Donald
Dog
J.
Supreme.
Trump,
Queer Dog Supreme. I'm glad you're not there either.
and he personally reviewed, edited, and approved our platform because he knows our platform is important. Every American can read our platform and know what we believe and how we will make America safer, stronger, wealthier, and greater than ever before. This platform is built on the values of our founders and great Republicans, from Lincoln and Reagan to Trump, who are committed to freedom, restrained government, and peace through strength. The platform contains 20 promises, including securing our border, getting inflation under control, restoring our energy dominance, defending our Constitution, protecting our Second Amendment rights.
Fucking incredible. Dog, Second Amendment rights are literally why Trump is almost dead.
Strength,
restoring our military strength.
What do we need? Of girls' sports.
Do you remember what I said? Shut the fuck up for a second, Marcia. Do you remember what I said at CPAC, where the things that got the loudest calls were transphobia? Like, listen there. The transphobia tag got bigger applause than the abortion tag. People like Trump do not give a fuck, but deeply, it has become a hard issue that a bunch of people who do not know trans people and don't give a fuck about them care about. Like, that is the effect people like Matt Walsh and Chaya Raichik have had.
We will not forget them.
We will not forget the people. And our nominee just made the first major statement since he was almost killed, where he didn't even mention the supporter of his who died.
To the forgotten men and women of America.
Forgotten men and women, you fucking monster.
It will unite all Americans. It is of, by, and for the people. Our platform reflects the agenda of Donald Trump and the timeless values that have defined Republicans for generations. So let's unite and support our platform and our next president, Donald Trump. We all know President Trump will keep his promises as he did in his first term as president.
What promises did he
restore American greatness?
What promises did he keep? Actually, legitimately, because he didn't build the wall.
Trump to the White House.
He didn't restore any kind of military supremacy. Like, he didn't fix homelessness or the economy. I know a lot of people are like, oh, we had the best economy in years. We didn't. Like, it led, he oversaw the collapse from COVID because of his dog shit fucking policies. What? Like, it's incredible to see them appealing to, like, the fascist version of a yesteryear that never happened. When the yesteryear was like just 4 years ago.
It was such an honor to serve with you as the co-chair of the Platform Committee. This platform is historic because it was written with one group of people in mind: the forgotten men and women of America, you. God, that means something to me.
And here's the thing.
Many of you know.
It's so easy to tell that these fucking politician assholes
ever elected to Congress
are just lying through their teeth, but the people there eat this shit up. They sincerely believe
and I'm
that
also
they're
son
defending
of a mother
the forgotten
raised
people.
On the wrong side of Jacksonville, who worked 3 jobs.
What does the wrong side of Jacksonville look like?
Me and my family were the forgotten men and women of America. And now I stand as a testament to the American dream. And I tell you that under
the fact that you're a white dude has
Party,
nothing to do with those things.
No American will be forgotten anymore. It's over. On the strong foundation of this platform and with President Trump and the Republicans at the helm at every level of government, we will overcome every threat facing this nation. We will close our disastrously open border. We will defend our justice system. We will restore our economy. We will unleash American energy and flood the world with clean, cheap American oil and gas. Drill, baby, drill. We will. And most of all, we will strengthen our
Joe Ted,
depleted
thank you for becoming a member.
military
Ray
and
Raines,
make it
thank you for
strong
following.
again. Folks, this platform, the leadership of President Trump,
I love how they
destroy
these
inflation. We're going to send a cruise missile right into the heart of it, and we will bring
But
back the American dream.
leftists are the ones
Only
with
in
violent
America.
rhetoric, right?
Only in
Leftists are the
America
ones who
can
are
someone
violent.
like me stand
We're going to
up on the
destroy
stage
this, send cruise missiles, we're going
like
to shoot
this.
this down. But leftists, no, they're the
Republican
violent
Party
ones.
believes
And clean energy is fucking rich considering how many environmental
which is
regulations
why
Trump
this platform
slashed
was
the fuck out
personally
of
approved by
in
President
his
Donald
first
J.
sector in
Trump.
office, first time in office. And then how much Project 2025 and
So
Trump
I hope
have
you will join me
reiterated that they're
to
just going to
support this
continue
platform,
slashing the administrative
that we
state,
will
the deep state,
propel
which just so happens to include
our
things like the
party
EPA,
and
things that
America
have massive
to
corporate
victory
oversight
this
that
November
prevents
and get
things
Donald J. Trump
like
back in the
massive
White House.
pollution.
I thank you.
But no, they're into clean energy.
And please
Fucking
join me in
bullshit.
welcoming
Spare
back
me.
our awesome RNC chairman, Mike Watley.
Irish DC 95, thank you for 5 months.
Thank you,
None will be
Congressman
forgotten
Walz.
except for the women's, the blacks, Hispanics, the
Now,
American
to the
Indians,
delegates
sick,
from
poor,
Michigan.
elderly, newborn foreigners, Muslims, and Democrats.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time and move the previous question on the resolution.
Without objection, the previous question is ordered. The question is on the adoption of the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed signify by saying no.
Yeah, let me see if I can get captions.
In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Not
and the
available because it's
resolution is
live.
adopted.
Sorry.
Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the chair and co-chair.
Yeah,
of the
Lady
Committee
Domina,
on
that's going to be
Permanent Organization.
that's going to be
Please
most of
welcome
what
Chairman
this thing is.
J.L. Spray, National Committee Man
Like
for
that's going to be
Nebraska,
most of
and
what.
co-chair Jessica
I mean, this
Patterson,
isn't so far. This is
Chairwoman
not
of the
that different from
California
CPAC, where
Republican
everybody
Party.
goes up and talks. The talks aren't as focused, but it's the same fucking
The chair
fluffy
will now
bullshit
recognize
with no
co-chair
specifics, no
Patterson for the purpose
statistics,
of
no
offering a
nothing to
resolution.
actually back up what they're saying, except for the party line, except for saying what everybody is expecting them to say.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Jessica Milan
Mage
Patterson,
Lena, been watching your
the
VODs on
chairwoman
YouTube.
of the
Sorry about the lack of
California
break, by the
Republican
way.
Party,
Hope you had
and
a good
I
dinner
offer
yesterday.
the
It was okay.
following
It was a
resolution
little,
and
it was
ask
a little
for
too
its
mushy, but it was
immediate
okay. It turned out all right.
consideration. Resolved that the report of the Committee on Permanent
I don't know
Organization
why chat
shall
box
be
isn't working.
considered as adopted. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and it is my honor to yield my time to the Chairman of the Committee on Permanent Organization, J.L. Spray from Nebraska.
This is all so dumb. Like the yielding of your time, acting like this is
Thank you,
fucking
Madam
serious
Co-Chair.
in any way.
Mr. Chairman Watley, delegates, and distinguished guests.
Distinguished
As the chairman
guest.
of your committee on
The
permanent
quartering is a
organization,
guest
I
there,
have
by the way. The
distinct
quartering,
honor
Jeremy and
present
a
to
whole
you
bunch
the
of like the
report
nerdrotic
of the Committee
and
on
those
Permanent
dipshits
Organization.
are there. So
I'd like
like
to begin
distinguished
by thanking the members of
guests.
the Committee on Permanent
Brian
Organization,
Rodriguez, thank you for $15.
the
Sending you
staff
some good
and
vibes in hard times.
volunteers.
I appreciate
the
it
committee
so
met
much.
last week to recommend to the convention the slate of permanent officers for the 2024 Republican National Convention. The committee unanimously adopted the slate as its committee report. Delegates,
Robert Schrouder
you can
on
find
YouTube.
a
You better be
copy of that
joking.
list in the order of business placed at your seats. You will see that the committee unanimously recommends that the permanent chairman of the convention will be Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson of Louisiana.
Bro, is he happy?
The committee further recommends
Agent
that
Emily
all other
Donley drawing
officers,
and quartering
including
Trump?
the temporary chairman and all the temporary
No,
officers
that would be too
whose
cool for
names have
America.
been entered into the record of this convention be made the permanent officers
You
of
absolutely,
this convention.
you absolutely
Mr. Chairman,
cannot
I
say
yield back the balance of
that
my
you
time
want
and
Trump
move
to be
the
drawn and
previous
quartered. You
question on
cannot
the
say,
resolution.
you cannot say that. No matter what you do, you cannot say, I wish that bullet
Without
hadn't
objection,
missed.
the previous question is ordered.
If you say,
The question is on the
I
adoption
really
of the
wish
resolution.
that bullet hadn't missed,
All those in favor signify by
and the
saying
crowd
aye.
behind him was covered like a Gallagher show,
All those opposed
like
signify
a watermelon
by saying
exploded.
no.
You will be put on a watch list.
In
You
the
cannot
opinion
say
of the
that.
chair, the ayes have
Even
it,
as a
and the
joke, you
resolution is
absolutely
adopted.
cannot say that.
Without
Do
objection,
not say that.
The motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Nobody should be
At
saying
this
that.
time,
Nobody should be thinking
the chair
that. That would be
like to
very
appoint
bad.
Kelly Johnson from Louisiana to the escort committee for the permanent chairman. Thank you.
That massive coat and tiny head. Yeah,
chair
I had
now
somebody say, like,
recognizes
careful,
the
you're going to
delegate
get put
from
on a list. It's
Louisiana
like,
for
I'm a
the
leftist
purpose of
content
offering
creator.
a
I was at
resolution.
CPAC and I've been in hate churches.
Mr.
Like,
Chairman,
I have
I'm
almost
Gina
100,000
Gore
subs.
from
I'm on a
Louisiana,
list.
And I offer the following
I got,
resolution
like,
and ask for its immediate consideration.
everybody should go through life assuming you're on a list already.
Resolved
Basically.
that those elected at the members as
Like,
the
straight up,
members of the Republican National
everybody
Committee
should assume
under
that
the
in the years
procedures of
growing
each
up,
state,
in the years after the
American
Patriot
Samoa,
Act,
the
you are on a
District
list.
of Columbia,
You look up
Guam,
the wrong
Puerto
porn.
Rico,
If you shop for the wrong
Northern
stuff in a
Mariana
certain sequence on
Islands,
Amazon,
and the Virgin
if you sell the wrong
Islands,
thing on
and
eBay,
whose names have
you're on
been
a list.
submitted to the Secretary of the Convention are hereby declared ratified to serve
thank you,
as
Nano-
members of the
Nano Naroji.
Republican National Committee from the adjournment of this Republican National Committee until the successor committee has been ratified by the next Republican National Convention. Mr. Chairman, I reeled back
Lemons and leaves.
balance of my
That's what I'm
time
saying.
and moved the previous question on the resolution.
Without objection, the previous question is ordered. The question is on the adoption of the resolution. All those in favor
Boy,
signify
it's-
by saying aye.
Oh, I kind of love that, though,
All
John
those
Bainbridge.
opposed signify by saying no. In
Yeah,
the
no, I
opinion of
like
the chair,
even
the ayes
if
have it, and
I
the
didn't make
resolution is
content just out of
adopted.
like my research and the
Without
stuff I've
objection,
looked up, the
the
fact that
motion
I've
to
been on,
reconsider is laid on the
like
table.
I've spent so long browsing and searching
chair
things
now
like Kiwi
recognizes the
Farms
delegate
and
from West
4chan
Virginia for the purpose
the
of
research
offering
that I've
a
done.
resolution.
Like I'm on a
Mr.
list.
Chairman, I'm Josh Holstein from West Virginia, and I offer the following resolution and ask for its immediate consideration. Resolved that the Secretary of the Convention is hereby
Naronoji
directed
on Twitch.
to prepare and publish
Find
for
a
the
colored
convention
person,
a full
person
and
of color.
complete report
How do
of
you
its
have to phrase
official
it? Find a
proceedings
POC in the
under
crowd, like
direction
a
of the
Where's Waldo
Republican
page.
National Committee,
Hammock,
and
thank
is
you for
authorized to
5.
make all necessary
I'm not American or
clerical,
living in the US, but I'm worried about
corrections
y'all
and to make
amazing
technical and
LGBTQ
conforming
beings.
amendments
Take care and stay
as
safe.
necessary in reports,
We will. We are going to
motions,
be taking
and
care of each
resolutions
other,
considered by the convention to
helping
reflect
each
its
other out.
actions. Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time and move the previous question.
I know,
on the
right? Sage, the
resolution.
gavel makes him look like such a silly
Without
little guy.
objection,
Like
the
Rocky and
previous
Bullwinkle
question is
ass
ordered.
political process
The
we got
question
here.
is on the adoption of the
Like,
resolution.
for real.
All those in favor
Like, are you just
signify
gonna pull
by
that out of a
saying
top
aye.
hat, bro?
All those opposed signify by saying no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider
Just
is
need
laid
like
on the table.
I need a little button for like silly little sound effects. So every time I can hit it and go, you bong.
Delegates and alternates, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the distinct honor of introducing the Speaker
Can we do
of the
a?
United States House of
Can we edit it so there's a squeak
and
every
the
time he hits the
permanent
hammer? Let me
chairman
try and
of
do
the
my squeak
convention,
next time he hits it.
Speaker
Give me a
Mike
second.
Johnson of Louisiana.
I hope it'll come across on screen. Shamrock, can we edit it so there's squeaky? Thank you for the 100 biddies. Next time he does the thing, I'll try and do my squeak. Make sure back of my throat's clear. Yeah, no, it's pretty
Good afternoon, everybody. It's such an
It's
honor
pretty
to be
white.
here. Before we begin,
It's pretty
I'd like
white.
to remind the
Oh,
delegates
God, it's
of the
evil Stephen
provisions of the
Colbert.
rules, which require that each candidate for nomination for President of the United States demonstrate sufficient support prior to the presentation.
I think it's just
of the
a
name of the
formality
candidate for
for
nomination.
cosplays, but I think it's also
chair
part
wishes
of the
to inform the
like.
delegates
It's
at
not.
this time
I
that
don't
it
think it's a
has
legal
been
thing. I just
furnished
think it's just formality and
timely
tradition
manner
and all that dumb
and
bullshit.
with evidence of sufficient support of the candidates who will be presented for President and Vice President of the United States in compliance with the rules of the convention. Also, as prescribed under the rules, the total time for nominating speeches and seconding speeches for any
Aw,
candidate
thank you, Max
for
Bustard.
President or Vice President shall not exceed 15 minutes. It has also been the custom at past
Consider
conventions to
investigating the
permit
process the Heritage
chair to
Foundation is using to make a
recognize
database of
non-delegates for the
potential
purpose of
Trump
making
sycophants
nominating speeches
that could be hired
and
as
seconding
Project
speeches.
2025.
Without objection,
Yeah, I probably
the
should.
reading of the roll call states for presenting the names for
I probably
candidates for
should.
nomination is
After
dispensed with.
Synthetic Man, I'm
Non-delegates
probably going
shall
to be
permitted
focusing
to make
on a lot of
nominating
Trump
and seconding
and Project 2025 stuff, just
At this
because
time,
Like, I
chair
feel
now
like
recognizes
we are
the
not in a
delegate from
point
Iowa,
where you can
Chairman of the
not
Republican
be
Party
working
of
on
Iowa,
content like
Jeff
that.
Kaufman,
Like, when my
for the
job
purpose
is
of
to
the
essentially
Please
take
give
on
him
deep
a warm
topics and help illuminate those topics for people and help educate others about those things, I can't really not be focusing on the election right now.
Good
but I gotta finish
afternoon.
this fucking synthetic
I'm
man
Jeff
because I think it's
Kaufman.
also important.
And I'm humbled and honored to stand before all of you this afternoon. As you've just heard, I come from Iowa, home of the First in the Nation caucus, where our party's
In fairness, I did just
nomination
skip down a whole
process
bunch
begins.
of stuff. I did just skip
Our
down a whole
caucus
bunch
is
of
a
stuff,
part
so
of a
ask your
lengthy
question again, and I may or may not see it.
democratic Which everyday Americans listen to the candidates.
Paper Animator, thank you
consider
for
what
3
they have
months.
to
What are we
say,
watching? We're
and
watching
then make
the
a profoundly
opening of the
important
Republican
choice
National
on who
Convention,
should lead
where
the nation that we love.
candidate
Earlier
for
this year,
president
Iowa Republicans overwhelmingly voted for
and
Donald Trump.
vice president. Aren't they all Christian nationalists, though?
Then the vast majority of Republicans in primaries and caucuses across the nation seconded Iowa's good
Jasmine
judgment
Cornelius,
in a
thank you for
nominee.
$2. Meow. Oh, well. Oh, well.
Today is the final step.
I realize
for
I
Election
sound
Day
like I'm
in this
just doing
venerable
Cirrus
and
when I say oh
time-honored
or ooh,
process.
and that's because
We
that's
all
the only
gather
sound
here
that goes
in
through my head.
Milwaukee. It's important for us to remember that this is a grassroots party. It's a party of the people,
Fucking
not a party
crazy.
of the bosses.
Oh my God. Crazy
Donald
to fucking
Trump has
say that.
earned the trust of the people. He has listened to them.
This
And
is a
Donald
grassroots
Trump
party.
has kept his
Our
word.
billionaire fucking nominee. The billionaire
next 4
run
days,
Koch brother think
we will
tanks
hear about
running the
many
party
failures
platform.
of the Biden-Harris administration. The sustained
Dog.
criticism does not
Like,
proceed
I'm not saying
from a
that Biden
mean
or Harris
narrow
are
partisanship,
grassroots. They're not.
But from the broad
But
and
Elon Musk
sincere
just put a
concern
shit ton of money
for the
towards Donald Trump. Don't
well-being
sit
and
here and fucking
safety of
tell
our
me
fellow
the RNC is a
Americans.
grassroots
It's part
movement.
of our service to our country. More importantly, we will also hear about Donald Trump's broad
Oh my God.
and
Thank you,
inspiring
Darren.
vision
I just
for
saw
our
that.
country.
Goodbye. Darren
This
Brown,
is not
you
a
are beautiful
program
as always.
just for
Thank you. I
Republicans,
literally
but one for all Americans.
just got back from going for a run, so I am
It reflects the value
I look
of
like hell,
America.
but thank you.
It's a program that acknowledges that our nation has seen better days, and we
Thank you so
can,
much, Darren Brown. I
and
really
we
appreciate
will
it.
blaze a brighter future. We love America, and we want to restore her security, her prosperity, and her excellence. I invite all of you to join
Thank
me
you,
in
Preston
supporting
577.
President Donald Trump in this great endeavor. This is
might
an
be confusing
endeavor.
grass with weeds. Yeah,
This is an
entirely
endeavor
possible.
that's going to make America wealthy again.
Grassroots party.
This is an endeavor to make America safe again.
Make America wealthy.
This is an endeavor to make
Unfucking
America
believable, dude.
strong again.
Unbelievable.
And say it with me, fellow Republicans. This is an endeavor to make America great again.
Deadly Laser Punk, thank you for 100 biddies.
So here we go. It is my honor to nominate Donald J. Trump for the office of President of the United States.
How fucking sad is that? That is probably the biggest moment in his life, is chilling for another dude. Is capping for fucking Trump. Is that Mr. Krabs? Might as well be. All right, let me see if let's wait for the gavel. Wait for the gavel. Okay. I can do my squeaky. I can do my squeaky. God, they literally, it's a party of the jocks from 80s movies. USA. Like, unbelievable.
Amen to
Come
that.
on, y'all.
Amen to that. The chair now recognizes the delegate from Nevada and the chairman of the Nevada Republican Party, Michael McDonald.
Oh, okay. I guess we're not doing the hammer. Never mind. Irish DC, thank you for 100 biddies. Land of the free with the largest prison population on Earth. Home of the brave who have to cower behind a fence at the sight of poor brown kids. And also, home of the brave, police who refuse to go and save children in active shooter
Good
situations,
afternoon.
which happen all the fucking time.
I'm Chairman Michael J. McDonald from the state of Nevada.
Yes, you certainly are.
It has been an honor of a lifetime to stand by President Trump's side
Doug,
since 2015. In Nevada, we held the first
What
of the
is-
West Caucus, where we blew the Democrats' narrative apart. That you cannot have voter ID, that you cannot have paper ballots, and that you cannot have results of an election on election night.
Jimble, President
In
Jimble.
Nevada, a state that is
My
resilient
man
on
is-
service industry, President Trump has proposed to eliminate taxes on tips on day one.
President Jimble, everybody. Future President Jimble.
Unlike the Biden-Harris
Wait a second, Goy, thank you so much
administration
for
and the
4
Democrats
months.
that increased taxes on tips. President Trump has transformed our party to the champion of the working men and women. We fight for what's right, not for what's easy. We're in a battle for the soul of our nation. because
So
we
many
want the
people
best
just
future
uncritically, like the craziest shit is,
for our
so many
family
people
and for our
uncritically believe this. So many people look at this and they're like, yes,
President Trump is
I'm
our
not going to
fearless
question any of this.
who
This is
stood-
all absolutely true. Coming from the
withstood
billionaire and the billionaire-backed
persecution
think
of a
tanks
weaponized lawfare,
helping him run,
and who has fought even harder
who is
and
funded by
stronger
billionaires like Elon Musk. Like
to
there's,
represent and fight for all of us.
yeah, no, we were just talking
I
about
ask
it.
all
Like,
Americans
dude's got
to
that
join
Jimble
me
build.
in taking back our nation by supporting President Trump as he leads us back to victory once again.
Leads us back to victory. Again, keep an eye out for all the very thinly veiled violent rhetoric. All the times they talk about wars
my
and
honor
leading a cruise missile
second the
and
nomination of
seek
Donald
out
J.
revenge.
Trump for the office of the
Steven
President of the
Seagal.
United States of America.
That's Cat. That's
God bless you.
that's pretty good. Steven Seagal is pretty good. Toy Story villain screaming. Oh, what's going on? Why are we? This is taking me. What the fuck? What is this? The fucking Game Awards? What is happening? You two at home. This is like, what is this fucking on hold with the dentist office ass music? Like this sounds like the shit when I can't get in contact with my care provider, when I'm trying to like figure out something for my taxes with insurance, and I have to listen to this for like 3 hours. Are there vocals? No, it's just that beat. We're just doing this. That no, okay. Oh, it is gonna be. Oh my God, is it gonna be a megachurch setup where a dude's gonna come out and talk about the soul of the nation? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. Is this a bit? God, I fucking wish. Jenny Bunny, thank you for 200 biddies. This is for those who don't know, this is like actual cult shit. Mega churches do this kind of thing to like lull you into a sense of relaxation, which studies and statistics have proven makes you more susceptible to ideas, in addition to being surrounded by like-minded people. Like actual cult shit. Oh my God, could you imagine Trump singing? Oh, Cam of Thesia, if they do How Great Is Our God with that. I hear like sometimes my sleep paralysis demon sings that background track that I heard at CPAC when they were setting up the CPAC dinner, but before the girl came out to sing, and they were just playing the backup track because there was no band or anything, and it was just this like haunting ghost being like, how great is our God, sing with with me how great is our God. This is... Yeah, this is going on a minute. I saw somebody, thank you for the $5. Wow, conservative music sucks. I can't even really call this like conservative music because there's not like... It's not like a Trump one and you know it. It's just like... It's like T-Mobile... It's like a Nokia ringtone from 2003. Like it's just nothing. It is on the most technical basis sound is happening.
We will
Fox,
now proceed with the roll call of the states.
Great.
As required by Rule 37 of the Convention
Oh
rules,
no, I think the sticker...
during the roll call, the states will be called in the order determined by the
I gotta put
Secretary
stickers
of the
on top.
Convention.
There we go.
During the roll call, the chairs of each respective delegation or their designee
There we go.
will announce the vote of each
Thank you
state.
for the stickers.
During the roll call of the states, the Secretary will announce each state and that state's total number of available votes. Additionally, the chair would like to remind all delegates...
I got your stickers back.
that
I got the
Secretary
stickers
will
back.
record delegates'
What's the
votes
average age of everyone in the crowd? Like
accordance with their
65?
obligations
Probably.
under Rule 16 of the
There were
rules of the
more... If
Republican Party,
I'm going by what I saw at
state
CPAC, there's
or
going to
state
be
party
more
rules,
people, more younger
regardless
people there
of the
than you'd
delegation's
realize, but not enough to like
The
really
official
move the
results
dial.
from each state... are
Roll
given
call as
announced
required by
by the
Rule 34.
Lastly,
Google Rule 34 Trump for more.
all our delegates
Just
are
plain
alternate
correct. Thank you for
guests
$5. Y'all are surfacing Lutheran summer camp memories over here.
If the convention is not in order,
Oh
it's
boy.
difficult for the secretary or presiding
Oh boy.
officer
Yeah, probably. I would
to
say
hear
like
the vote
50,
announcement.
55.
Now, without objection, the complete list of votes recorded for president shall be
Good job
considered
with the
as
stickers.
announced. To conduct the roll call of the states, I'm pleased to announce and introduce at this time our distinguished Secretary of the Convention, Vicki Drummond.
Grindr notifications. Oh, yo, I know the Grindr notifs are going crazy in there. I know it.
Delegates and alternates, let us commence with
Biden
the
needs to
call-
one-up Trump being shot, and he needs to
with
come out as
the call of
bisexual.
the
I had a
Rollins
funny joke
States.
that people said I should delete because it would get me
Iowa,
actually called, and I was
40
like,
delegates.
maybe it actually will. But I had a joke on Twitter where I was like, you know what? To one-up Trump, they just need to have somebody take a shot at Biden.
Madam Secretary.
Like, because what's the worst that could
For the
happen?
delegation from the great state of Iowa, the inspiring home of Caitlin Clark. And Madam Secretary, the great state of Iowa
Caitlin
proudly
Clark?
cast all of
The
its 40
fucking
votes for
Am I
President
thinking of the right
Donald
person?
J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Iowa, 40 votes, President Trump. Nevada, 26 delegates.
Madam Secretary, the great state of Nevada proudly casts all of its 26 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was somebody else. Unbroken Paradox, thank you for following. Transgamer Life, thank you for following. This is not surprising.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation.
Selkie, oh wait, good
and
God, we have
rules and
1,100
procedures
people
of this
watching right now.
convention, Nevada, 26 votes, President Trump.
Yeah, there you go.
Oklahoma.
Oh my goodness.
43
Jojo
delegates.
67876, thank you for super chatting 20 Sims
Madam
character
Secretary,
creation music.
I'm Nathan
yeah.
Dom, Republican
Hammock,
Party
thank you for
Chairman of the
2,
great
and
state of
Sophie, thank you
Oklahoma,
for super chatting
the crossroads
$2.
of our country, and the first state to have a President Donald J.
And
Trump highway.
Narbage Bag, thank you.
And the only state to have all 77 counties vote for President Trump 2 elections in a row, with a third time coming up this November. The state of Oklahoma proudly cast all of its 43 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Proudly, huh? Proudly. I didn't know there was a. I love that. I didn't know there was
Pursuant to the
a
announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this
gremlin
convention,
sticker.
Oklahoma, 43 votes, President Trump.
Rhyme Jack, thank you for following.
West Virginia, 32 delegates.
$2 from Malin Miller. Is Trump there? Or is he? Oh, he's there. He arrived yesterday. Yeah, he. So it didn't make the rounds because everybody's still freaking out.
All 32 votes.
And this is like this is super predictable bullshit. So I'm just gonna talk over it. But Trump was on the golf course yesterday. Like there's video of him on the golf course. He not like you'd think a good president would be like. People would be like spending time or like going to visit the family of the person who died. No, he was on the golf course and then he arrived last night at the hotel to prepare for, I guess, Thursday or maybe he's showing up today. I don't know.
32 votes. President Donald J. Trump. New Hampshire, 22 delegates.
No, I don't think they're BS. There never was.
Lewandowski, and I served as President Trump's campaign manager in 2016 for that historic victory. I stand before you today.
There has never been a doubt that Trump was the nominee. Like nobody has come close to
the state that delivered President Trump's first
to like
election
being in that race
way back in February of 2016.
Homelander, I can see some of your messages. There are 1,100 people in the chat, so it's kind of going fast.
And soon to be 47th President of the United States, Donald John Trump.
Do you think he was listening to Many Men While Golfing?
To
Probably.
Of the delegation
I could see him actually listening to 50.
Of this convention, New Hampshire, 22 votes, President Trump. Nebraska, 36 delegates.
Spooky Foot Lettuce, thank you for $5. Just subbed you this week, and you've calmed my doomer tendencies at least a little bit. You're the type of voice we need. Thank you very much. And we have a special guest on stream
today.
Beef and
corn is the lifeblood of our economy, where our medical field and university are amongst the top in the nation. But it is our people that embody a Nebraska nice, modest lifestyle. Now to announce our delegate allocation, our delegation co-chair, John Tucker.
Oh, baby.
Madam Secretary, the great state of Nebraska proudly cast all of its 36 votes for President Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Nebraska, 36 votes, President Trump. California.
Oh, does that feel good? Oh, yeah, look at how good that feels. Look at how good that feels.
Yes, and you're such a good kitty.
California, 169 delegates.
California represents nearly
Somebody say no one likes cats?
million registered Republicans.
Oh, no one likes
more
California.
Than any
Okay.
other state in the nation. From its pristine beaches to its soaring mountains, from expansive deserts to the redwood forests, the Golden State is responsible for securing today's GOP House majority. It will be the state responsible for returning a House majority to Washington this November so that President Trump has a partner in Congress to support his common sense agenda. With the largest delegation in the nation, Madam Secretary, the great state of California proudly casts all of its 169 votes for President Donald Trump.
169? Nice. Hello. Yeah, Nightmare Taco, I was just at Venice Beach. Venice Beach was pretty pristine. Had that disgusting California water smell, which if you know California water, you know what I'm talking about. There's a very sulfuric smell to water. The more southern you get in California, I grew up with that, and it's just it's everybody's just watching the kitty. Everybody's just watching the kitty.
58 delegates.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. My name is Jack Johnson. I have the honor of serving as the Republican Majority Leader in the
IRCC, thank you for
Tennessee
another
State
100
Senate.
biddies.
On behalf
Yeah,
of
no,
our
they're
delegation
also,
chairman,
they
the
always
Honorable Bill Lee,
hate
the
Cali.
50th governor of
Like,
the
Cali
state
is
of
like
Tennessee.
the place that they're
I'm
always
happy
like,
to
oh, why don't you
report
go this?
that from the mighty
California is a
Mississippi,
degenerate
Graceland, and
place.
Bill Street, to the Grand Ole Opry, to the Great Smoky Mountains, Rocky Top and Dollywood, to Rock City and Lookout Mountain, and Bristol Motor Speedway, and all points in between, we proudly cast all
Sophie, thank you
58
so much
of
for
our
$1.99.
votes for
I
the next
appreciate it.
President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Is this lady going to be okay? Hard to say. We'll see if she lasts through it. What? Why are you touching me? Why are you petting me?
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedures of this convention, Tennessee, 58 votes, President Trump. Washington, 43 delegates.
Madam
No, Witch
Secretary,
Night Melody. California is kind of like Washington
State,
in that it has a
evergreen
lot of
state,
rural areas,
law
but it has high
enforcement
concentrations
by allowing them
of
to
blue
pursue
cities.
criminals, where the people support families and children by putting into law a Parents' Bill of Rights, where the people reform taxes.
Yeah, Homelander. I was just
so
in
that
LA, and I was just thinking
and
earlier
young
about how much I
people
miss
and small
LA.
businesses can thrive. Washington State casts all of its 43 votes for the next president, the past president, Donald J. Trump.
I think she has a little cold. She's been sneezing a lot lately. You got a little cold, baby. Verdant Eclipse, thank you for $5. All I see from the whole live stream is people screaming, "I love this cult." Woo, just turned. Yeah. Like that is what I'm probably not going to be covering the whole the entire event, but that's what it's going to be for like the next couple days. Goodness gracious, Man and Miller. Why is it not pulling? It's not coming up on my thing.
Alabama.
Oh wait, no, there it is.
50 delegates.
Thank you for super chatting. $10. Why do they have to do all the song and dance? Why can't they just send a dude up there to say Trump is president? Just pick this other dude as his VP.
Tommy Tuberville, and proud to
Oh, you fucking jackass! You stupid motherfucker. Sorry, Tommy Tuberville is a dipshit.
Pro-veteran states in the country.
One of the most ignorant, stupid, vile pieces of shit in government right now.
States in the past, we will do it again in the very near future. We stand for the flag and kneel for God. Madam Chair,
it's tradition. Tradition is a lot of why they do it.
Delegates for the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Oh, bloody earpins for solidarity yet? It would be so funny if somebody started Republicans getting their ears pierced out of solidarity. That would be so fucking funny.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Alabama, 50 votes, President Trump.
You're such a baby. You're such a little baby.
Massachusetts, 40 delegates.
I think you just like the attention. Isn't that right? You just like the attention.
Madam Secretary, the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts, home of John Quincy Adams,
Jesus
Samuel
Christ.
Adams,
Massachusetts.
Patrick Henry, and other great patriots who made America great.
Verlinium, Trump has only one ear pierced. Is he trying to tell us something?
For our next president,
I don't. Hey,
Donald
the
J.
guy's seen a
Trump.
lot of musicals. I'm just saying that.
We can
Guy's
work
seen a
to
lot of
make
musicals.
America great again.
And he has very expensive taste. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation.
Darren Brown. Thank you for $20. I was in San Diego. I was in San Diego
Massachusetts, 40 votes.
3 years ago. I was doing an
Trump.
OnlyFans collab there.
What kind of place is this?
Thank you, Nightmare Taco, for all the stickers.
Madam Chair, I'm
And
Jim
Secular
Gates.
Feminist, thank you for $5. Kitty makes this
Madam
only as
Chair,
painful
I'm
as
Jim
eating
Banks
glass.
from the
Do you hear
great
that?
state of Indiana.
You make this only as painful as eating glass.
In Indiana, we believe in the American
Her little
dream.
tail is
we
going
love
too. She's going
America,
wah,
and we
wah, wah.
love Donald J.
You're
Trump.
just a little baby. She's just a little baby.
As the son of a factory worker born in a trailer
Heard you'd
park,
like some yum.
a veteran
Better
of the
never go to
United
cell
States
block 1.
Navy, it's the
Shoot, you
honor
have your
of my
little sister
life on
from.
behalf of my great state, the Hoosier State, to
I meant to
cast
say nominee,
all
not president.
58
Thank you, Madeline
votes
Miller. Yeah,
for
I
the
know.
greatest president of my lifetime.
Have a good
and
rest of your
my
day,
friend
Homelander.
Donald Trump.
Sorry, I've been looking. I haven't seen your messages.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Indiana, 58 votes, President Trump. Georgia.
Born in a trailer park. Yeah, you can kind of tell sometimes.
59 delegates.
Madam Secretary,
I mean,
I'm Josh McCoon,
Amaya
Chairman
Shimada,
of the
you can
Georgia
kind of be born
Republican
anywhere.
Party. Georgia, the Empire State of the South.
Oh no, now I have cat hair all over my
the
face.
number
It's making
one
me
state to
sniffly.
do business in the United States of America.
Because
On
of tax
November 5th,
loopholes.
the Peach State will send 16 electoral votes for the once and future President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And today, we proudly cast all 59 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, I can see most app messages, Awesome Kid TH. I think there are some that I can't for some reason.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Georgia, 59 votes, President Trump. Utah, 40 delegates.
What?
Madam Secretary, my name is Mike Lee. I'm a U.S. Senator representing Utah.
Wouldn't it be so funny if one of them was like, fuck Trump? Again, would never
Utah's
happen.
a place where we have big families, big hearts, and big ideas. It's a place where we love freedom.
Big families. That's a way to
love
say
the
it's owned by like a
Constitution,
Mormon
and
mob,
we despise
basically.
tyranny. In Utah, from the Red Rocks to the snow-capped mountains with the greatest snow on earth, we know what heaven on earth looks like. Utah, the 45th state admitted to the Union, today proudly casts all of its
wrap it up,
40
dude.
delegate
Jesus
votes
Christ, come
for
on.
President Donald J. Trump
Eric Danielson, thank you for
and his newly
$1.99.
announced
Is Massachusetts
running mate,
even
my
a red
friend
state?
and colleague,
I mean, this is
J.D.
just
Vance.
all the states. This is all the Republican delegates from the states, or giving their delegates for Trump. Like that's how it goes. Like, you know, there are Republican and Democratic representatives from each state for the purposes of this delegation. Oh, you're giving Miss a brush.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedure,
Oh, she likes
Utah,
that. She likes that.
40
That feels good.
votes,
That feels good.
President Trump. Maryland, 37 delegates.
Thandiel,
Madam Secretary, my name is
3791, thank you
David
for
Bossie.
subscribing. And Ronald Guaba, thank you for
Maryland, the
subscribing.
old line state, the 7th state to enter the Union, known for the amazing Chesapeake Bay and Blue Crab, and the United States Naval Academy, the home of Fort McHenry, the historic site that inspired the Star-Spangled Banner, and the home of
Deadly
the next
Laser Punk, what are the
United
odds
States
that his
Senator
VP
from
pick is the
Maryland,
puppy killer?
Larry Hogan.
J.D. Vance?
Maryland, the
Oh, was J.D. Vance
cast
confirmed?
Are 37 votes for my friend, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald John.
No,
God! No, God, please,
Yep. Vance emerges as Trump's VP pick with Rubio and Burgum out.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Maryland, 37
I'm gonna
votes.
turn this down for a second.
President Trump.
Donald Trump.
Texas.
Donald Ron Trump. Donald Trump is pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's go. Keep that on in the background for now.
Madam Secretary.
I don't know if it's been officially announced yet. This is like Eurovision, but even more fascist. Even worse, yeah. Padgy, thank you for $5. All right.
Back our oil and gas workers and back
No, my sticker's off screen. Okay, let's get
Not
that.
only Texas create more private jobs every month than Joe Biden could ever dream when he's sleeping at 8 o'clock. Not only we are a state where no Democrat has won a single statewide office since 1992.
What state? Texas?
Behalf of our great Governor Greg Abbott, our Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, and our Attorney General Ken Paxton, and the Republican Party of Texas, and our entire delegation, we cast all.
Burgum and Rubio were told Monday they were not the pick. Trump is expected to announce the long-awaited vice presidential pick Monday afternoon as the RNC kicks off its convention in Milwaukee. So hopefully it'll be coming later. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out after this to talk. Trump Jr. is an advocate of Vance, who was a fierce Trump critic in 2016, but has since become a fierce ally of the former president. Oh, she's rumbling so much. Yes, you are. What? You having a good time, Kat? I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything else but sit here and pet you. You have me right. I've fallen into your trap.
Forever politician Sherrod Brown and deliver a win to the United States Senate. We proudly cast our 79 votes for
All right, Vance spokesperson. Yeah, let me. I guess the news is out. People are saying that J.D. Vance is the vice president.
Iowa, 79 votes. President Trump.
All right, let me look at. Let's go into J.D. Vance because I know I have heard of this guy before, but I need to.
Samoa, 9
Arnar. Ultra Woman, Issa, thank you for subbing. Malon Miller, thank you for $5. Times like these, I wish I was born in Norway instead of Idaho. Yeah, Iowa. Sorry, not Idaho. I do like
Where our motto is God,
Norway.
God is first. Therefore, Madam Secretary, American Samoa proudly and with all our hearts
Fucking disappointing, man.
cast our vote in favor of our next president, Donald J. Trump.
That's fucking disappointing, man.
American Samoa!
American Samoa saying God first in their traditional language.
To the announcement of the
That's bleak,
delegation
dude.
and the rules and
That's fucking bleak.
procedures of this convention. America,
man.
Samoa, 9 votes. President Trump.
What's your favorite Dragon Ball character? I don't really do Dragon Ball, but whoever that hot pink chick from Dragon Ball Fighter Z is, I'll say that.
Madam Secretary,
The hot like boo lady.
of the Wisconsin delegation,
I don't really know about Dragon Ball though. I was never. I read through the original Dragon Ball comics manga way back in the day. Like, I think I read through like the tournament arc, but other than that, I never got into Dragon Ball Z.
Party was founded down the road in Ripon, Wisconsin.
All right, let's learn about
in a little white schoolhouse. Madam Secretary, the great state of Wisconsin proudly casts all of its 41 votes.
Irish CC, thank you for 100 biddies. I swear it's Hillary Clinton's evil twin sister presenting. It looks, it's pretty, like at a certain point, there's like a closed box for most white politicians that they just look like each other.
41 votes. President Trump. New York.
All right. Doctor from Yale School of Law, that's more than Trump has.
President Donald J. Trump will always be a New Yorker.
So
and
he
New
is-
York will always love President Donald J. Trump.
So J.D. Vance is the working person's vote.
We believe that President Donald J. Trump will be the first Republican in a generation who will win New York State.
Okay, it didn't happen last time. What makes you think that he'll do it this time, dude?
It is my honor as representative
I
for
think this
New
guy
York's
might have written that
21st
racist book.
Congressional District, House Republican Conference Chair, on behalf of the 91 New York delegates to the Republican
Combat
National
correspondent,
Convention,
military journalist in the Iraq
cast
War.
all 91
So he's
votes
well
for
versed in
President
propaganda.
Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of the
Shocking.
convention,
He worked in the tech industry as a venture capitalist, served as a principal at Peter Thiel's firm, Mithril Capital. Evil motherfuckers all the way down. Like, and you watch. This is gonna be spun as like, oh, I came up from nothing and I was poor working class family. It's like, no, you might have started there. You came up
and everybody in this
from
great
aiding
city.
craven psychotic billionaires like Peter fucking Thiel. Oh yeah, no, he was the dude who wrote Hillbilly Elegy.
Of our entire
Jesus
family,
Christ. Jesus Christ.
And on behalf of the 125 delegates in the unbelievable state of Florida.
Liberal media's favorite
we
white trash
hereby
explainer and the
nominate
false prophet of
every
Blue
single
America.
one of them for the greatest president
Sloppy
that's ever
analysis
lived, and
of
that's
collections of
Donald J.
people, coastal elites, flyover America, Muslims, immigrants, people without college degrees, you name it, has become routine and is killing our politics.
For president of the United States of America.
It is possible for politicians to be working class. Bernie was working class. Like, at a certain point, you stop being working class when you become a politician, but you can't come from that. But the idea that he's working class, which is I can almost guarantee you that's what they're gonna fucking push for, is bullshit.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Florida, 125 votes, President Trump.
Vance has invested in Rumble. Shocking. Are you serious? Seriously? Playing music by black people now. Okay. Here's the thing. I am sincerely glad I'm not actually there. I wouldn't be able to hold in my disdain. Like what I am feeling right now in the wake of the last couple days, I wouldn't be able to hold it in. I would be so mad. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking mute that so I don't get copyright. Marky, thank you for subscribing. Olivia Yeats, holy crap, thank you for $50. Good God, thank you so much. Feeling terrified in these times, as are many people, so gentle reminder for all to be present in moments of joy and do things that bring you joy. Personally, I've been crocheting. Those moments are all more precious now. Love to all. That's actually, it's funny you say that. In the last couple days, specifically, I've been really trying to be, I know it sounds like woo-woo when you say it, but just like to exhibit more like mindfulness or more presence in a moment. And so like I have a bad habit when I drink stuff. I just kind of drink it absent-mindedly, like it's like a muscle reflex, and then my drink is gone, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to it? And so I've just been really trying to like, okay, take one drink, and then just kind of savor it. And I've been trying to do that a little bit more, and it's good advice. Like you can make good moments last a little bit longer. Just kind of live in them. Remember that there are good things out there, and you can live in them a little bit longer. Clown Royal ADHD, yeah. It's a little bit ADHD. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit ADHD. ADHD, yeah. I have a problem with drinking stuff. Like there have been a couple moments where I'm like, oh, did we just have a music break and we're still going?
Texas, California, New York, and all the state proudly cast all of our 23 votes for our next president of the United States,
Mothbeetle, thank you for following.
Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to
I believe J.D. Vance at one point, I think it was 2016, he was one of the Never Trump Republicans.
23 votes.
It's funny how that changes, though, doesn't it? Funny how that changes. If you can get a VP pick, and he's young, too. He's like, what, in his 40s, 50s? Not even 40s? "39 years, Jesus Christ." So if he can land a VP nom at 39, that's a fast track to a presidential nom.
Oh.
Like, especially with...
Madam Chairman.
God damn.
Madam Chairman.
Listen to the fucking booing.
The Commonwealth of Kentucky proudly cast 46 votes for the next president, Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of
He's
this
still alive
convention,
against all odds.
Kentucky.
Against all odds.
46 votes.
I'm not
President
turtley
Trump.
enough for the Turtle Club.
Hawaii, 19 delegates.
Aloha mai kako. We are the delegation from the beautiful state of Hawaii. We carry with us the traditions of the father of the Hawaii Republican Party, Prince Kuhio Kalana Aneole Pi'ikoi. And we carry his sentiment when he said, "We are Republicans from the top of our heads to the bottom of our feet." Madam Secretary,
Master of Disguise reference. I unfortunately fucking loved that movie when I was like 5.
19 votes for the future president of the
Marcos,
United
be honest,
States,
it's
Donald
tradition.
J.
Like they
Trump.
gotta. They're going through it all.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules of procedure.
It's low-key amazing. Don't feel bad. I don't know if it is. That's a movie I don't think I'm ever going to revisit. I think I'm going to keep my very few memories of it.
39 delegates.
Him doing an impression of
I am Mike Brown,
is it Roy
chairman
Scheider's
of the
character in
Republican
Jaws?
Party of Kansas, the heartland of America and the breadbasket of the world. Also the aviation capital of the world.
Carmen,
and the home
thank you for
state of
following.
Bob Dole and Dwight D. Eisenhower.
God, you all just like
Madam
flexing
Chair, the
your
great state of Kansas
state
proudly
dicks here.
cast
Stop
all
it. Just
39
move
of
on.
its votes for the man, Donald J. Trump.
Fun fact, Diane. Dana Carvey learned about 9/11 while wearing the turtle suit.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules
that's
and
funny on
procedures
its
of
own,
this
but then
convention,
imagining like Dana Carvey
Kansas,
sitting down, like
39
needing to take a break, being like,
President
whoa.
Trump.
But having to sit down in that
Louisiana,
dumbass fucking turtle
47
suit.
delegates.
Oh, that's
Madam
good shit.
Secretary, I am Eric Scarmetta, Public Service Commissioner for the state of Louisiana and Delegation Chairman. Louisiana, led by my friend, Republican
Yeah, you guys
Governor
look
Jeff
like
Landry.
look at these plantation owning looking motherfuckers. Like for real. Like of course you're from Louisiana. Jesus. Irish CC, thank you for 100 biddies. A historical note because it said J.D. Vance was of Scot-Irish descent. People from Ireland identified such until 1840s when 2 million Irish refugees flooded in after the famine. As Protestants, they wanted to disassociate themselves from these Catholic foreigners and started calling themselves Scots-Irish since they were also from Scotland and Ulster, Ireland's northernmost province, which is mostly Northern Ireland. Thank you. I appreciate having somebody to set me straight on all that stuff. Malin Miller, thank you for $5. With all this bad stuff going on, I've been retreating into music. I've been binging all the Radiohead albums on repeat for the last month, basically. Yeah, music has been a big thing for me because I usually fill my ears with research, so I'm always watching hate church videos, Republican content, Synthetic Man, Matt Walsh, whatever I'm doing a piece on, and
Delaware.
I just haven't been able to with everything. I just can't. I have to tune out at some point, and music has been good for that. Andromeda 844, thank you so much for subbing at Tier 1.
Delaware Republican Party. Delaware is a small and mighty state, but we are the first state. We are so proud of our nominee.
I'm not racist. My daddy used to own black people. Unironically, some of these motherfuckers. And like, look, when I'm shitting on these people, I'm not shitting on a whole state. I'm shitting on the conservatives there specifically. Because there are conservatives in every state. Like that's just how it works. Yeah, Delaware is like the tax haven state right now. Have I thought about making music? I love making music. I would love to. I just. I would love to have the time, but I have my outside of channel activities are as follows. I need to finish my book. I want to finish my book for end of the year. I want to finish my movie script. Try and get those published and edited. And then, like, I would love to look into music at some point because I love singing. I love performing. I love being on stage. But I don't have any group around here to really practice with regularly.
Marine Corps base, Camp Blas, and over 20,000 members of our armed forces.
Great show on Netflix called Rebellion about the Socialist Irish's Easter Rising. I thought you were going to say Dairy Girls, which unironically is a really great show that.
The great territory of Guam.
I imagine to an Irish person, it's a bit fucking lib. It's a little liberal, but it did help illuminate some of like the ideas or like what the troubles were and how they affected like regular people, which is something that Americans just know nothing about. Like the American mind cannot conceive of leading a proper campaign against an oppressive government.
Madam Secretary.
Kageo765, thank you for resubscribing to Prime Months. And I say that aware that a lot of innocent people died in the Troubles.
Connecticut, the Constitution State, the arsenal of democracy, and the home of the two-time, soon-to-be three-time NCAA men's basketball champion UConn Huskies. proudly cast 28 votes for the 45th president and soon-to-be 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Yeah. Sport.
Pursuant to the
What is it? I don't know what the
delegation
order
and
is
rules
here.
and
Is it in
procedures
number of
this
delegates?
convention,
I don't think it is.
28 votes, President Trump.
It's not.
Alaska.
What the
29 delegates.
Is it? It's not in order of joining the union. Toffee, Envy, thank you for following.
Pledges.
How much coke do you think is in that room? Woo! I don't know about in that room, but I know back at hotel rooms.
Alaska, the largest state in the nation.
Man, I'm so bummed I missed some of the after parties at CPAC.
Texas.
I could have gotten to meet Steve Bannon.
The furthest northern state, western state, and eastern state. The largest bears in the country. Largest moose.
Oh, it might be primary
biggest
date, honestly.
Military, more retired veterans per capita. Once again, we pledge all of our votes, 29 delegates, to Donald Trump, the next president of the United States of America.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Alaska, 29 votes, President Trump.
Sorry, I have to dunk on the
Oregon,
Hodge twins real quick on
31
Twitter.
delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Tracy Hunnell, National Committee Woman for Oregon, home of Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer and Congressman Cliff Benz, home of the Beavers. Oregon is also home of the deepest lake in the country and the deepest canyon in the country. We have the third most climbed mountain in the world, and we're the wind sailing capital of the world. Oregon is an outdoor lover's paradise with every geographical terrain on the planet within our border. Madam Secretary, the great state of Oregon proudly...
Zaphicake, thank you for following. Who the fuck is that? Will Stanso, you've misled me.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Oregon, 31 votes, President Trump.
God damn.
I love it.
Mississippi, 40 delegates.
Bleak. This is bleak.
Thank
I mean,
you,
like,
Madam
again, there was
Secretary,
never,
Governor
it was
Tate
never
Reeves, on
any
behalf
doubt.
of the
Like, he's
great
been
state
the
of
presumptive
Mississippi,
nominee for months.
The hospitality state.
Just seeing
the
it in-
birthplace of America's music. Home to B.B. King, Elvis,
Oh, you fucking-
Faulkner, and the best catfish in the entire world.
You fucking...
Where our food is fried and our tea is sweet. We're breaking economic development and employment records daily.
Motherfuckers like you hated B.B. King. Hated people like B.B. King. Hated people like Muddy Waters. Hated people like the cats who came up with soul and R&B because it was black music. Until motherfuckers like Elvis made it palatable for you. Give me a fucking break.
And proud to
God.
cast all 40 of our votes for
Deadly
the next
Laserpunk, thank you for
president
subscribing
of
with Prime.
these great
Flynn
United
Vicente,
States,
thank you for $5.
Donald
Out of curiosity,
J.
what's your book
Trump.
about, and do you wish Trump was removed on Saturday? Yes. I wish Trump had been
Pursuant to the
removed from
announcement
the
of
race
delegation and the rules and procedures of
out
this
of fear for his health.
Mississippi,
You see.
40 votes,
Out of fear for his health.
President
That's it.
Trump.
Lilith Reginald Immortalis, thank you for following. My book is about, I don't want to talk about it too much. I've talked about it a little bit on social, on Twitter, but it's hard to describe it without making it sound like it's about Elon Musk's Neuralink, because it's not. I started writing it before Elon Musk was all like, oh, I'm going to put a computer in somebody's head, which is why when you actually read it, the logistics of it work differently from the Neuralink, but it is essentially about a experimental test on a neural implant that goes haywire and begins infecting the mind of people without a neural implant. Yeah, it's sci-fi horror. Like corporate sci-fi horror is kind of, I would say like cyberpunk horror, because it's like kind of vaguely near future, but yeah. That is the video, or the book I'm writing.
Madam Chairman, I'm Wyoming Secretary of
you,
State and Wyoming Delegation Chairman Chuck Ray.
Right, I'm going to keep going
The
through this,
Cowboy
trying to dunk on
State
somebody.
is the energy capital of our country. We supply coal, oil and gas, soda ash, ag products for the entire world. And Wyoming, the cowboy state, is Trump country. We've supplied the highest margin of victory for President Trump in both 2016 and 2020. And with that, Wyoming, the cowboy state, casts all of its 29 delegates for President Donald J. Trump.
I'm surprised he and the Texas people aren't having like a competition to see who can have the bigger 10-gallon hat.
The announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Wyoming, 29 votes, President Trump. Maine, 20 delegates.
Hi, my name is Demi Kazunas. I'm a proud Army veteran, a dentist, a daughter of legal immigrants, mother and grandmother.
We
and
love
will
that
be the
narrative.
next U.S. Senator from the great state of Maine. But today,
Legal
as
immigrants
chair
is
of
just
the Maine
a shorthand for
delegation,
immigrants who
the
were rich,
largest exporter
who moved to America because they had money.
of lobsters and blueberries, also known as vacation land. And we delivered one electoral college vote for President Trump in 16 and 20 out of all
to the
of New
Dimmadome.
England. We stand here proudly.
Oh, Fuchsia
with my
Sabrina, thank you very much.
delegation of
Found your
20
channel on YouTube.
to
Love your
cast
videos. I appreciate
all
that.
of our votes for the next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Glazed stare on the right. One whole vote. Woo!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation,
She's
and the rules
fading
and
fast.
Procedures of this convention, Maine, 20 votes, President Trump. Missouri, 54 delegates.
Madam Secretary,
Maine's
Missouri,
photos
the
logs.
Show Me State, home of the four-time Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Home of the best United States Senators, Josh Hawley and Eric Schmidt. From the great Northwest of the Pony Express to the Lake of the Ozarks, Bass Pro Shop, and St. Louis Arch, the mighty Missouri is casting 54 delegates for our favorite president.
I know.
And
Oh,
the
God.
next president of the
I
United
know
States,
Nick Fuentes is
Donald J.
mauling over the
Trump.
J.D. Vance thing. That's so good. I love it.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Missouri, 54 votes, President Trump. Idaho, 32 delegates.
I'm Dorothy Moon, chairwoman of the Idaho Republican Party, and also the delegate sponsor. I'm excited to have all of the delegates behind us, all 32 votes, to go toward Donald J. Trump. We are the gem state. We are very rural. We have a lot of mountains and rivers, and we also love freedom and liberty. And we love a fighter.
We love freedom and liberty, which is why we're voting for somebody who wants to dramatically reduce that for nearly every American who isn't white and Christian like us.
To be with him. Fight, 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 fight.
A bunch of people who had never been in a fucking fight in their lives. You want to know why? Because they know if anything were to ever go down, the police would be their arm of violence. Like the state would defend them and enact the violence that they want on others.
Illinois,
Like they will sit comfortably back and watch as riots break out and protesters are tear gassed and call that a fight. Oh, we were scared. We were fighting for our lives.
Madam Secretary,
Slanish Delight, Slanishi Delight, thank you for following.
I'm proud to represent Illinois, the land of Lincoln, the first Republican president, and on behalf of parents who are horrified by Joe
Yeah, no,
Biden's
fight,
attack
and then, oh my God, the Dems are so violent. Again, I was telling you, take a shot every time there's like vaguely violent rhetoric.
On behalf of our daughters,
Just something to think
who
about.
Biden is forcing to compete against men in sports, and on behalf of the victims of the Kamala Harris border crisis, Madam Chairwoman, Illinois proudly casts all 64 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Illinois, 64 votes, President Trump. North Dakota, 29 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm North Dakota State Auditor Josh Gallion and chair of our delegation. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. I'm here with our chairwoman, Sandy Stanford, and the rest of our delegation. North Dakota, we love our farmers. We love our energy producers. We back the blue. We are very appreciative of our
Oh my God, Carter the Redhead, thank you for gifting Tier 1 subbies. Holy crap.
We feed the world. We
Oh,
fuel
thank
the
you
world,
so much. Holy
we
crap.
defend the world.
Thank you for gifting Tier 1 subs to Datboy Vic, Chimlip, Hey Listen Look, Dovecoat83, and Hidden Marty. Sorry, I'm perusing Twitter right now. I would peruse Twitter on the desktop, except I got a lot of
and the rules and
the stuff I can't
procedures
show
of
on
this
my Twitter.
convention, North Dakota,
Grimchan, thank you for
29
following.
votes, President Trump. Arizona, 43 delegates.
Can't lose him if you ever had him. True.
Arizona needs to secure its southern border to prevent the atrocities that are happening and fix its broken election system. And that's why I, Shelby Bush, the delegation chair, and our wonderful state chairwoman, Gina Swoboda, and this entire delegation cast their 43 delegates to Donald J. Trump!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedures of this convention.
Goddamn. Nightmare Taco,
Arizona,
thank you guys so
43
much.
votes,
Go over to Twitch and see how we're
President
doing on
Trump.
the... Nightmare Taco, thank you for
New
gifting
Jersey,
10 Tier 1
12
subs.
delegates.
Goodness gracious, thank you so much, you guys. I need to get when I'm doing my stream makeover,
great state, the Garden State,
which I'm hoping to do in the next month or so.
A state where President Donald
I'll be
J.
sure to have
Trump
better
has
notifications and
invested heavily.
stuff.
And we think and we know that he can
No,
win New Jersey
God!
this year.
No, God, please,
What
no!
happened there?
No, God! No, God, please, no! God, please,
Okay,
no!
okay. Thank you, Jesus Christ, Nightmare Taco. Did you do 10 more? No. I was just the... Thank you for the stickers. I will undo that. Thank you.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention,
Ahmad Man, thank you very much for subbing
New
with Prime.
Jersey, 12 votes, President Trump.
She is slurring her words. That's weird.
U.S. Virgin Islands, 4 delegates.
I do not know
Madam
why the word
Secretary,
chump is censored.
As chairman of the United States Virgin Islands, the land of welcoming people, beautiful beaches, tremendous culture, and the best rum in the world, proudly casts its 4 delegates for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures,
It don't matter.
U.S. Virgin
None of
Islands,
this matters.
4 votes.
Trash Cowboy, thank you very
President
much
Trump.
for following. We're close to the end, right?
North Carolina,
We're close to the end. What is happening? Thank you, Jupiter Saturn.
North Carolina,
We are,
4 delegates.
we're vibing. We're just listening to all the delegates in the world.
Madam Secretary,
All right, I'm approving Hillbilly.
I am
Hillbilly's fine.
Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, and God willing,
Oh,
I will be
this
the next
fucking
governor
psychopath.
of North Carolina.
This is the dude who has openly talked
North
about
Carolina is
trans
the
people
Tar
needing to
Heel
be
state.
killed.
North Carolina is the home of the longleaf pine, and North Carolina is indeed, woo, the state that is and always will be first in flight.
Like the way
Mr. Chairman,
there's
on
like
behalf of the state
a
of North
beef
Carolina,
happening with some of
I
these.
directed that the state to cast 62 votes for America's Braveheart and the next president of the United
America's
States of America,
Braveheart? That's
Donald
fucking
J.
crazy.
Trump for
That's
president.
fucking crazy to say, dude.
And 12 votes in accordance with the rules.
Comparing Trump to William Wallace is fucking nuts.
North Carolina,
20-sided, thank you for following. Joff, thank you for following. Zaphik Cake, thank you for the 100 biddies. Republican Hillary is getting tired. She's just hanging in there strong. Hanging in there strong, kind of.
Arkansas, 40 delegates.
Madam Secretary, Chairman Wadley, I am Joseph Wood, Chairman of the Republican Party of Arkansas, the natural state, the land of opportunity, home of the 47th Governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
William Wallace is who the movie Braveheart's about.
Also home of the National Federation of Republican Women, Julie Harris, Johnny Cash,
Icky the Apoplectic, thank you for $3. Hey, Aditi and pals, it feels like these actual genuine goals in the GOP are stealing our souls in real time. Can we get some hope against these sniveling cowards Kickstarter or something? That's why we're here. That's why we're here. We're here to, like, I think making fun of these dorks is one of the best kind of ways that you can cope with it.
40 votes.
But like this is
President Trump.
This is all the same type of shit, attitude-wise, that I saw at CPAC.
48 delegates.
Like, you've taught me a lot, so thanks. Oh, thank you very much, 20-sided.
On behalf of the
I am glad I can be useful.
of Virginia, named last week by CNBC as America's top place to do business.
Lumaru, holy crap, thank you for rating with a party of 110. Ace Space Rooster, thank you for following.
Of the greatest Americans
I gotta do the streamer thing now. Let me turn this down a little bit. Oh god.
Home to Washington, Madison, Monroe.
This is all just the same shit. Hello Raiders, welcome to the chat. For those who don't know, I am Dead Domain. Thank you all for following. I'm a political streamer. I've spent the last couple days, we've covered everything from the attempted assassination on Trump's life to Biden's response, and now we are looking at the opening moments of the Republican National Convention, where Trump is currently being shooed in very quickly as the, which, you know, should be no surprise, as everybody has noticed, he's been the presumptive nominee for the entire race, essentially. Even I feel like after the very first debate, which he wasn't even in attendance for, and now he is the going to essentially be the nominee. And then I think we are looking forward to hearing something about his running mate, who it's been spoiled. It was spoiled for me, JD Vance, which is very funny because we just watched Nick Fuentes in a reaction he did to Trump's attempted assassination. Nick Fuentes was mauling over JD Vance because JD Vance sides with Israel. So it's going to be very funny to see the incredibly hardcore racist right wing, the Nationals and the Nazis get mad at Trump over choosing somebody who's like a staunch Israel ally, which shouldn't be surprising. Like that's the mainline Republican talking point. I don't know why they would be surprised by that, but like as we were talking about last night, Nick was furious that like Trump was my guy and I've done all this for Donald Trump, and it's like Trump doesn't care. Trump doesn't care about them. He doesn't care about anybody. Kaya Lilly, thank you very much for highlighting a message. Dead Domain, cheers for being a sane and queer voice covering current events. Your level-headed courage commends you, and more content creators could take a page out of your book. Well, thank you. I don't know if I'm level-headed sometimes. I get a little spicy on Twitter. I get a little spicier than I need to on Twitter. First-time chatter, thank you very much. Spork of Death, was he surprised or was he just performatively outraged for the sake of his audience? He didn't. No, it wasn't confirmed at the time, but he was just, I think he is actually just always that angry. Like, I think he is legitimately just an angry little demon of a person. Terribly Gene, thank you so much for 8 months now. I appreciate you.
Madam
Good to see you in chat. I haven't seen you in a minute.
The great state of Minnesota, the battleground state of Minnesota. Which
right, I'm going to go refill my water real quick. My Twitter feed is hilarious. I try. It's like dunking on people and making them mad is one of the only things I can really do. Like if I can make Chaya Rajik or Matt Walsh like mad a little bit, like raise their blood pressure just an inch, that's a good day for me. That's a good day for me. And I know they see my shit. Salty Bob, thank you for following. I need to go refill my water real quick.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Minnesota, 39 votes, President Trump. Colorado, 37 delegates.
Madam Secretary, on behalf of the Colorado Republican Party and the great state of Colorado, the Centennial State, home of the U.S. Air Force Academy and Space Command, along with the best Rocky Mountain peaks and powder skiing in the world.
Spork of Death, thank you for following. Potato Chip Matt, thank you for following. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, by the way, Lumaru, for the raid. Holy crap.
Call to fight, unanimously votes for the 45th
unanimously.
And soon to be
how many states is this now?
President of the United States,
I don't know.
Donald J. Trump.
I don't know. I'm all about that mini soda. I've been cutting soda. No soda. I might have alcohol tonight because I am celebrating my second anniversary with one of my partners.
37 votes. President
But I've
Trump.
cut soda and alcohol for the most part.
Rhode Island.
Except for a little bit of red wine. I had some red wine last night.
Madam Secretary, the Ocean State, where almost 90 years of Democratic control has led
yeah,
to
I'm catching up on
of our ocean. Wind turbines in our ocean are killing our fishing industry and marine life, which has
everybody's
led
reaction
to all
to
pain
J.D.
and
Vance.
no gain. We were the first state to declare our
Writer
independence
of
from Britain
Hillbilly Elegy.
and the last state to ratify the Constitution because we believe in states' rights. We are home to the independent man who wonders what happened to that independent freedom of religion spirit that Roger Williams brought into Rhode Island. Let's bring back the spirit
Freedom
and
of
soul
religion.
of
What?
America with patriotism.
Freedom of religion doesn't mean that everybody just defers to your religion. Like, that's not what that means. Snow Six, Ms. Moose, thank you for following. Getting triggered by windmills. Unfortunately, true. Freedom of religion. Yeah, it's interesting. They're not for they're all for banning things like trans healthcare, but still saying states' rights. They're all for federally banning things like abortion, but they're still like, states' rights, which usually just comes down to states' rights to be a tax haven, states' rights to lower regulations for companies.
The great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Interesting how that works, isn't it?
Phenomenal delegation behind me.
20 side, Dead Domain. I've been planning to make my first YouTube video on how I went from a MAGA Republican, would have gotten into Nick Fuentes content if I didn't come out as trans. And I want to make a video on how I learned empathy and how that made me an anarchist. I'm just worried about being doxxed if I do it. Any tips? Any tips to make a video like that without being doxxed? Don't share and don't do anything that would get you targeted. I would also say set up a VPN, set up stuff that, like, if you are browsing websites like Kiwi Farm or 4chan, that you should have, just to make sure that people can't find and track your what's the word I'm looking for? The internet number that everybody has. Yeah, just be smart on the internet is the thing I would say. Don't take I have to worry about this because I have, almost 100,000 subscribers. So, like, just little social things that you should be careful of. Like, be careful of where you take pictures in public, who are in your pictures in public. Small things of, like, responding to partners online. Like, little stuff like that if somebody wanted to dox you, they could use. Just don't give them an opportunity. But for the most part, it's just a matter of being smart and not putting in too much personal detail. Word I would use to describe after all this time, it's really quite tiresome at this point. Tiresome is a good word. IP address. Thank you. God, why the fuck wasn't I able to? IP address. Jesus.
28 votes, President Trump.
What are Democrats' stance on gender-affirming care from Monkey Nuts? UK Labour Party just upheld a ban on puberty blockers, and I'm having a breakdown. Probably not too far away from the Liberal Party in UK, honestly. Like, what was the thing? Biden said the other day that we should not have gender-affirming care and surgeries for minors, which the way it was worded made it seem as though we shouldn't have, like, anything for minors. Like, basically that we shouldn't have hormones, that you shouldn't have puberty blockers, these things for minors that are given to minors because they're minors, because that's a very important time. So, like, and here's the thing, Democrats are not, it's not a important issue for American Democrats. Like they kind of don't give a fuck. It's an important issue for parents and trans people. And it's important, as we saw earlier here, it is an important issue that gets a lot of engagement from conservatives because they've been galvanized around it by people like Matt Walsh and Libs of TikTok as a big cultural issue. Look at what the Dems are doing. They think boys can be girls. And Alex Jones all the time lists it alongside other big cultural issues. You talk about how China is training for war and men aren't men anymore. And boys are trained to be girls in public schools and all this other shit. Like, it's, for a lot of conservatives, it is an issue alongside those other weird conspiracy / cultural issues. A lot of mainstream Democrats kind of don't give a fuck. Like, they kind of don't care. At least not in any way that their care actually matters or manifests in like tangible support. A lot of times, like it seems to be on the same level as like Black Lives Matter. And that's not comparing the plight of trans people to black people in America, but it seems to be from white, well-meaning liberals, both voters and politicians. It seems to be the same amount of care taken. Where, like, in the abstract, yes, they want equality and they want trans people defended. But in execution, it kind of takes a backseat to almost anything else. Democrats can't do shit. Republicans are pure evil. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. More delegates. Good God, we got to be getting through it soon, right?
Of the delegation and the rules and
I don't understand how anybody's still cheering at this point. Good God. Segfault, thank you for following.
South Carolina. 50
delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Henry McMaster, proud, happy governor of the state of South Carolina, lucky husband of First Lady Peggy Jean Maccabee McMaster. Great state of South Carolina, the Palmetto State, from the mountains to the sea, where we've been fighting for liberty since 1670, where the Revolutionary War was won, where in 2016 Donald Trump won his first primary victory ever, ushering in the Trump era of American history. The great state of South Carolina proudly casts all 50 of its votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Why is this still going? We got 50. We have 50 states, and then the outlying all the other areas too. Like they did American Samoa, they did Puerto Rico. I think they've done Puerto Rico already.
South Carolina.
Oh, hello,
50
Cat.
votes.
Hello.
President
Cat's
Trump.
jumping. All right, everybody, we're getting Cat Cam. No, Cat.
Vermont. 17 delegates.
Cat Cam.
Madam Secretary, thank you.
Thank you for subscribing with Prime,
I'm a
Ms.
proud
Nurse.
Vermonter,
Enjoy
Vermont
those
delegate,
emotes.
and a veteran.
At
I'm
Com
also
12.
the Vermont Republican Party nominee
there we
for
go.
the United States Senate, and I'm the guy that's going to retire Bernie Sanders.
Jesus Christ. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Vermont is the Green Mountain State. It's the 14th star.
Well, I mean, every jurisdiction in America has delegates to give for the nomination. So, like, it's not that American Samoa went Trump, is that there are Republicans in American Samoa. And they have representatives here.
There's one man that's going to reunite our country and make America great again.
Oh, boy.
It's Donald Trump, 45th and 47th president. Mr. Chairman, the great state of Vermont proudly casts all of its 17 votes for Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Vermont, 17 votes, President Trump. District of Columbia, 19 delegates.
Madam Secretary, on behalf of the District of Columbia, I am directed by that district to cast its 19 votes for president in accordance with the rules.
The one thing that was funny is seeing Mitch McConnell
19 votes to be cast pursuant to the rules and procedures of the convention.
seeing Mitch McConnell get booed by literally everybody.
Thank you, delegates.
Very funny. feel like this could have been an email. You're not wrong. Come to Scandinavia. Lucy for herself. Come to Scandinavia.
Speaker
oh, wait, hang on. Here we go. Fuck. It's finally done. Jesus Christ. The ghost of Mitch McConnell. All right, let me see. All right, squeaky voice. All right, we're going to do the...
All right.
Do a dub.
The chair
Cat, are you
is
ready?
prepared to announce the results.
Oh, fuck, I wonder.
The following candidate received the following votes. 2,387 votes for President Donald J. Trump. Let's make it official. Accordingly, the chair announces that President Donald J. Trump, having received a majority of the votes entitled to be cast at the convention, has been selected as the Republican Party nominee for President of the United States.
Are you not going to bang the hammer? I have my squeaky voice ready to go. It's political theater. Like it's noxious. It's nauseating.
The chair is pleased to appoint the following to serve as the escort committee for President Donald J. Trump: Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Tiffany Trump,
Jesus fucking
Ivanka
Christ.
Trump, and Barron Trump. Thank you very much.
Escort committee. Do you believe this count?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce the Attorney General, and there goes the teleprompter.
Do you not know the Attorney General? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, bring out Soggy Bottom Good Time Band. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, American band. Fuck you. Poor dog. Poor dog. Dude, you're not playing the full fucking song, are you? Yep, they are. That's the original song. Great. What else are they gonna play? Like, do we want to take high-low bets on they play fucking God, white people have no fucking rhythm. I say this as a white. Yeah, what are the odds they play Born in the USA? Fortunate Son's probably up there. Hello. What? You were just a baby. You're just being a baby today, Kitty. Oh, they are, Hank Boozy. They are, but I guess you probably can't do much. Yeah, will we see the YMCA dance? Oh, Jenny Bunny, you're right. Fucking white people love Sweet Caroline. Oh, if you ever find yourself in a racially diverse crowd and you need to find white people, all you gotta do is yell out "Sweet Caroline" and just wait, like Marco Polo. Just wait for "ba ba ba" from the fucking rafters. Like it is without fail that shit will work. And they can't be like mixed race either. Not like mixed white. Like if you need to find the real Anglos, the real fucking white people, that's how you seek them out. Hello. Oh, she's being so sweet this morning. She's being so good. You're being so good. Yes, you are. Are they actually did it? Pounding the bar with the ba ba ba. Oh, they won't do Elton. They should play Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick should write a song about Trump. A new song about Trump. Terrible version. Terrible version. Have somebody put on, what's Slut Pop? Who is that by? I know she's not a good person, but like that would be very funny. Like that's what I looked around at. Oh God, at the this is bringing me back to CPAC when they were playing the whitest fucking shit imaginable. And then they played Enter Sandman, and I had a dude look at me because I look young, you know, Kim Petras, that's who. And like when Enter Sandman was playing, they were like, "Hey, do you know who this is?" Because of course it's that thing that like middle-aged white guys do to people who are younger than them when a song that was popular when they grew up comes on, because they assume that everybody who's younger than them is a fucking idiot with no cultural knowledge whatsoever. And like even people who ideologically agree with them, they just assume that like, oh, this person's a kid compared to me. They can't be knowing one of the most popular metal songs of all time from the first album to win a Grammy for metal. And it's like, oh, no, we're doing even more. Okay. Christ alive. Caffeinated Coder Games, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Yes, you are so sweet this morning. You are so sweet. Oh yeah, does that feel good? Does that feel good? Does that feel good? I talked about it in the CPAC video because that was hands down, without reservation, the most surreal moment of oh, you're so cute. Of CPAC was waiting for Trump, because we waited for an hour in this nauseatingly hot, just sweltering heat, because you had like 2,000, 3,000 people packed into this ballroom at a convention center. And I had just bought my like ballpark chicken tendies, and I was sitting down, and the chicken tendies were great, but they were fresh and hot, so my internal temperature was rising. The outside temperature was hot. I was sweating all over, wearing multiple layers to go with my outfit. Kat says hello to chat. And then somebody's, like I said in the video, somebody's very large sons just spontaneously started like a dance circle like 20 feet away from me. It was fucking crazy. What are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, you're going back down. Okay. Kat says hello. Hello. What? What? She is such a sweet baby. All right, I think maybe we're done. Are we? Is they just? Oh, hey, I know him. I took pictures with Forgiato Blow. We know him. Friend of the channel, Forgiato Blow. One of my favorite pictures. One of my all-time favorite. Let me actually see. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I don't think I will be able to, but we're gonna try. We are sure gonna try. God damn, they're still going. Still going. Okay. Are we doing a hog watch today? Yeah, something like that. Oh, they're getting funky on that guitar. Let me term sexual genders. Yeah. Forgiato. Yeah, I think he is wearing his best Trump head medallion. Ergonomics9, thank you for being a queer voice in Spokane. It's so needed here. I'm so glad to see people being vocal in my local area. Keep kicking ass. Thank you so much. Why you keep bumping me with your head? Why bump? Why bump? Nerd? You dork? Were you allowed to film at CPAC? Yeah. I filmed tons of stuff at CPAC. Yeah, all that shit on my video was me with a cell phone. Should have gotten Pussy Riot for this game. Yeah, enough to make 2 videos. And there was a lot of stuff I did not use. There were some parts I wish I gotten more of, but there was a lot of stuff I didn't use. All right, I'm gonna try and... Oh, she's serving with that hat. No, she's... Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Bonk. Kayla Lily TV, thank you very much. Got a peace out for a mental health break. Wish me luck and stay healthy, chat. You too. Stay relaxed. Do I not have? I don't know. I think I deleted my... I know I have the picture with Forgiato somewhere. Just not somewhere close. That's okay. That I cleared up that file as soon as I was done with it because there was so fucking much, like, it was taking up so much space. Like, it's ridiculous how much space it was taking up. Car accident, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day. Sears and Sweat. Is this it? Or, like, people aren't leaving necessarily. Like, there's a bunch of people fucking standing around. Caffeinated Coder Games. Oh, I already thanked you. Thank you, though. Thank you again. What are we doing here? Thank you, Moth Beetle. I found your channel on YouTube about 6 months or so ago, and as an ex-fundamentalist Christian, I wanted to share that people can change for the better. Thank you so much. Videos like yours are so helpful for education. I'm very grateful for your content and other creators like yourself. Thank you. I really appreciate that. A lot of people have been sending messages like that lately, and it's actually been very encouraging and helpful, especially right now. God, they're just jamming, I guess. What the fuck? Is it? Like, what are they doing? Unacceptable! Jesus Christ, that scared me. Thank you. You made the cat run away, Jupiter Saturn. It's okay. It's just a live set as an intermission, I believe. Yeah, you're probably right. How long do we think the intermission is going to go on? Because, like, what is it? It's 2 o'clock over there? Or no, it's Central, so it's only 1. God damn. Can you go for... No, this is live. Maxie the Cat, this is live. This is happening in real time. We're all watching together. Well, it's 1 o'clock. Oh, no, it's 2 p.m. over there, so 2:16. Okay. Wait, no, 3 p.m. Central. Is it 3 p.m. Central? Oh, you're right. I did pause. It's only for a little bit, but yeah, let's zip it forward. It's just the same fucking... It's just more. This is hell. This is hell. This is hell.
3 hours later.
I'm just like, thank you, Jupiter Saturn, for the stickers. Yeah, I think even these people are feeling it a little bit less. Hello, dog. Was this event meant to happen? Yeah. I believe Trump is supposed to speak soon. That's why I'm here. Like, I wanted... No, they're playing I Want You to Want Me. Mr. Bones' wild ride doesn't stop. Mr. Bones, please stop this wild ride. I want to get off. This is more like Mr. Frog's wild ride. Hello. Sonic, some Trump pansies got pissed and attacked some anti-Trumpers that had an anti-Trump sign in the back of their pickup. All right, let me... Yenzo, I'm gonna come in for that. Nah. I just want to get off Mr. Trump's wild ride. It's supposed to be at 4:30, but I'm wondering what that means Central Time. Well, where are you, Potato Salad God? All right. Confrontation over anti... Yeah, this just happened like today. Yesterday. Confrontation. Confrontation over anti-Trump sign turns violent. Albuquerque Police Department is investigating what they call a confrontation over an anti-Trump sign. According to the release, officers were called to Central. 2 men told police they were displaying an anti-Trump sign in the bed of their pickup truck when a black vehicle stopped near them and started to argue with them. Police said the men in the pickup claimed the driver of the black car got out and threw a bottle at them when one of them sprayed the driver of the black car with mace, as they are right to do. Don't fucking come starting shit and throwing things at me. Like, defense is fine. Witnesses told police that the driver of the black vehicle later returned to the area and rammed the pickup from behind, nearly hitting one of the men who was sitting on the tailgate. Jesus. The driver of the pickup told police he grabbed a gun from inside the truck and pointed at the black vehicle before it drove away. Police said no shots were fired. Detectives were reviewing witness video of the incident. Christ. Unfortunately, here's the thing. When I had actually forgotten that angle entirely, but like that is another thing that you have to be wary of going into the election is like simply displaying signs of being against Trump will get you targeted. I need to go buy some t-shirts, by the way. I was somebody posted in my Discord the a link to... I don't think I'll do it. I was joking about it. I think it would be too I think it would be too much. But some people did find where versions of the shirt that the Trump shooter was wearing were being sold. I think A, it's a little too obscure. But B, maybe too much. Maybe too much. A little too much. But yeah, I will get some. Let's come into Donald Trump's shoes. I know. That is a little bit beneath me. Just so slightly. It would be a little funny. But like it's not worth it for how obscure it is. Yeah. I drink tap water and now I'm gay. That's pretty good. No, I have shirts that like just say queer and stuff on them. Like I'm not going to stop wearing those. I'm not going to stop being openly gay and queer wherever I go. Like if people don't like it, tough. I do need to start packing mace and a baton though. I may, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some. I had a shirt that I got rid of because it didn't fit very well anymore. But I had a great shirt called or that said "Fascists deserve a platform," and it was just a picture of like a woodblock print of a guillotine. So fascists deserve a platform, and that's the guillotine. And that was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. That one got me some. That was kind of my protest shirt for a while. That's like the one I would wear to a protest. which is like here's the thing for me, being now like a whatever you want to say, like I'm a personality or whatever. I am not following like black box rules anymore, which for those who don't know, if you go to a protest and you are with the local Antifa or whatever, you want to hide your face, wear all black, wear clothes that cannot be easily distinguished and can be easily thrown away, so that you can change out of them, so that you're not recognizable, so that you blend in with the rest of your group, right? And nobody can really tell them apart. I don't really follow that anymore because like I'm me. If I'm going to a protest, I may also be streaming it. I may also be making content from it. So like I just have to follow different rules and not do dumb shit. Yeah, mask and glasses too. We're still, goddamn, look at those dumbass cowboy hats. Antifa is non-existent near me. Unfortunately, Antifa is non-existent near most people. Eli Chaos, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Smiggy Hottie. I appreciate it. RNC is in Milwaukee. Whole ass K95. Hell yeah. Will Trump have a hoop hearing? Absurd bandage. That's a good question. I didn't really, that footage of him on the golf course, I didn't really see any notification. Or see any thing on the side of his head. That's a really good question. Sparkplug, thank you for following. King Ghoul, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube. Let me go over to multi-stream real quick. Yeah, Maxis animates. Antifa is more of an expression than an actual organization. Oh god, I should have saved it to go over on Twitter because it was so good. But there was somebody talking about, like, somebody had brought up that point to a Trump voter, and they were like, you realize like Antifa is an organized group, and the person responded with, "Oh really? Then why do they have Twitter websites for every major city?" Referring to the Twitter accounts that literally anybody can make, that local groups might make to organize around and keep others informed of what's happening locally. Just incredible. That's basically the Awesome Kid TH. Hang on, I'll answer that in a second. Melancholy Magpie, thank you for following. Racial Engendered, thank you for following. Which is like just kind of the thought process behind Antifa for a lot of conservatives, is that like it's this, you know, it's deep state funded by George Soros, like all this other dumb bullshit that there's never been any tangible, concrete, even abstract proof of. Like it is pure conjecture that has been cemented as fact by conservative media. It's ridiculous. Like if you want to know and study the slide from just like reasonable doubt about certain things to full-on fantasy that so many conservatives live in, it's because of narratives like those around Antifa. Like just entirely detached from any tangible, easily seen reality. It's crazy. Yeah, and Frog Life, I think that's fairly true. He won't have a bandage because that would make him look weak. I could see that. Awesome Kid THDD, is it reasonable to be scared of getting hurt and as such not going to protest? I want to protest, but I've heard so many very spooky stories, even from people I date. I mean, yeah, but you, like I was talking about in the last stream, like there are endless safeguards that you should have in place if you go to a protest that should keep you safe, right? Like a protest, here's the thing, a protest is not a riot. It does not have to become a riot. And if it becomes one, you can easily just leave. Like, if you are not in Black Bloc, if you are not somebody who's been seen, like, and police are not going to suspect you, which is another reason why Black Bloc, you always want to have a layer underneath so that if you need to leave a protest, you can shed the black, gray, whatever, the nondescript outer layer, take off the mask, glasses, and everything, and you will be unrecognizable to police. You'll just be a regular civilian to them. If you were to, I'm not advocating for that. Hypothetically, if that's what needs to be done, hypothetically, one might possibly, potentially, maybe be able to do that. I'm just saying. It is. I will say though, because a lot of protests happen in like summer months, or at least around the George Floyd times, that shit does get mad hot. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit gets fucking hot. But it's worth it. And then also long sleeves. Another thing, if you're going black bloc, long sleeves to cover up tattoos and other identifying marks. Burner phones are important too. Use Signal to do it. But yeah, like have safeguards in place. Like you do not need to be protesting. Does not mean that you are protesting radically necessarily, you know. And if you think something might go down, be smart and be safe. Because like here's the thing. Yeah, something could go wrong, but at the same time, you have to weigh for yourself personally how much it means to be there, to possibly help others if it does, to present and stand for what you believe in, fight for what you believe is right. And then also weigh that against the ideas that like you can think, yeah, anything can happen at a protest, but also anything can happen at any point, anytime, any day. Like, you know, you could have a jet engine crash on your house right now. You take the risk of getting into a car accident every time you go on the road, whether that's riding a bike, even riding a bike on a sidewalk, whether that's driving in a car, passenger, going on the bus. Like all of the things can go wrong. Most often they won't. And if they do, you just need to be prepared for it. Yeah, look out for the helpers. That's what I was saying last time, is like always know where medics are. If you yourself are not, and I advise anybody, if you are bringing a bag to a protest, I advise keep things in your bag like medical supplies. Just go and buy a first aid kit, a very basic first aid kit. You can get them for like $20 from Walgreens. Have gauze, have wraps, have things for impact wounds, because that is probably like blunt wounds. If anything is going to actually go down, it's probably going to be blunt force, whether that's police with batons, police with shields, firing tear gas canisters or rubber bullets into crowds, whether that's Proud Boys, who also usually try and bludgeon somebody. So like you will want stuff for that. You will want to have, you know, if you need to give somebody like a improvised splint or something like that. And if you yourself don't have those supplies, look out for the people who do. A lot of times, especially Antifa or Black Bloc, they'll be designated. They'll have little pins or patches. I think I still have mine actually on my protest bag that I have down in the basement. Somebody gave me one just to designate, like it's just a little red cross, just like they give to medics, so that if somebody needs medical supplies, they know they can come to you, or whoever. Ah, God. How can people find where protests are happening? Local groups. Here's a weird thing. Facebook. That might just be a Spokane thing, but Facebook is still weirdly big for event organization. That's kind of basically all I use it for. Is like when there's a local event near here, Facebook is kind of where I go. Yeah, Agent Emily Dawn, like it seems the BLM protests only increase funding to police, if anything. I've talked about this. I've talked about my my experience with the local BLM protests, which were, I've showed pictures before on here. I don't think they're up on, no, because they were on my old Twitter account, so they're gone now. But I do have pictures still on my phone from when I got tear gassed along with everybody else, because the police did not stop people from breaking into the Nike store downtown, and some people made a run on it, which, you know, again, I've talked about, there are always going to be bad actors. There are always people who are there for the chaos, for the violence, for, in this case, the free shoes. They aren't actually there to support the cause. But here's the thing, the police did not stop those people. It was the other protesters, the people who were standing on the front line, I saw this with my own eyes, who stopped the people, who took them out of the Nike store, who blocked off the broken windows at the entrance, and it prevented any more from happening. In response, about 20-25 minutes later, the police finally brandished their nice, shiny military equipment that they need so often in Spokane, driving their APCs downtown, and fired tear gas past us. So, Yeah, Spokane police fucking suck. Like, they suck. Yeah, Cafe Kuchen, I was there, but left right when the shit started. What happened to your old Twitter account? Who can say? Who can say? I may... Well, you know what? Not me. That was not... Let me say this. Because my current Twitter account is the Twitter account of internet personality and the brand of Dead Domain, right? Jordan Black's Twitter account, Jordan Black's personal account, not the business account, personal account, may or may not have been suspended because at the time they may or may not have told a gender critical. It was a chud of some point. They may or may not have told them to drink gasoline and eat a lit match. Maybe, potentially. That's just what I heard. That's just what I heard through the grapevine. That they said that to a chud. Yeah, no, Faustus, great fucking point. I had a local deputy say he shouldn't have to pay for trans people's medical care via taxes. I told him Ellie shouldn't have military-grade equipment. I do pay for that. Yeah, it's literally the only time, like, Spokane police have needed it. Anyway, Spokane police brutalized a shit ton of people, tear gas, a still fairly peaceful protest. The news media, who... This is something that you need to learn about your local news media, is even if you like them and trust them and your family watches them and stuff, they get their information from the police. So if the police say, oh, a riot broke out and we suppressed it, that is the headline that every local channel will have. They will not be interviewing the fleeing Antifa. They will not be trying to track down protesters to interview about what happened. They will be taking the word of the police at face value. Which was a fun thing. And then the next day, I still remember this, the sinking fucking feeling. Because the next day, City Hall, Spokane City Hall, because everybody was like, okay, you know what? We're coming back the next day. Like, if you were going to respond to a peaceful protest in this way, against your own citizens, everybody was like, fuck it, we're coming back tomorrow. City Hall responded by essentially turning the thing into, like, they gathered with a local church group and a local student protest group and turned it into a fucking liberal kumbaya, like, party in the park. Where people from City Hall were talking about, you know, how much we love our police officers and how much they do for our city, and we're listening to you and we support you. And they had like a big old stage set up and they were playing music and a bunch of kids were in the park dancing, and it was like it was just like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, I was standing there in the sun with the same signs I had the day before, and the actual protest group was smaller because a majority of the people, like, there for the protests were just, like, basically going to a fucking pizza party that City Hall, Spokane City Hall, had specifically organized to kill out that protest movement. Like that is the kind of shit that if that doesn't radicalize you, I don't know what fucking will. Yep, Gravel Monarch. I remember that bullshit right in front of the wagon. Yep, you remember it. Yep. I want to say there was like, I think there was pizza or something. It was like a local. There was a church involved somewhere because there was like a youth prayer group, I think. Yeah, it was. Is it supposed to be on 4:30 Eastern? I guess it's CST. Wait, what's? Hang on. Is it in an hour? Oh, fuck, man. Is it in an hour? Is it going to be the Trump? Is Trump going to speak today? Do we know? Wait, I'm just going to look it up. Let's do, all right, let me see if CBS has it. Trump is meant to speak Wednesday. Alex Matolo, DD, do you have any tips for minors, not super young but not 18, wanting to get involved in protests? Yeah, be super fucking careful. And that goes for a couple things. That goes for with your identity, with social media posting, with organizing, and then also around other people, because you are a minor. I don't know how you identify or what your gender presentation is, but like the beautiful and treacherous part of protesting is that it creates a lot of camaraderie, and for a lot of people that creates a lot of trust, and that can be an awesome thing if you find the right people. However, there are always going to be people like just do not trust anybody you meet the first day you meet them. Like, and I'm not speaking from like personal experience or anything, but do not trust anybody you meet the first day you meet them. Like, do not let yourself as a minor be taken advantage of. Take precautions, travel in groups. If you're going to a protest, go with friends. Out of an abundance of caution, I would say if you're, I mean, it depends on how cool your parents are, I guess, too. Because like, if your parents are the kind, like, I don't care if you get into trouble, just make sure you call me. Make sure, like, if you get into trouble, let me know and I can help you out. Then make sure your friends, if you're with a friend or two, make sure that they have your parents' numbers, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would say just make sure, like, take an abundance of caution. Yeah, never follow a stranger. Never go to the secondary location. Arizona pro-Palestine protesters shot a man who stabbed them in self-defense. I did not. All right, I want to see family members. Great. Like what? Like what the fuck do Eric Trump and Laura Trump? They have nothing. God damn, the fucking dynastic era of the Trumps fucking sucks, dude. Vapid, like, when is Trump speaking at the RNC? Okay, here we go. Donald Trump will formally accept his party's nomination as a GOP candidate for the presidential election. Address delegates on Thursday evening, the last day of the convention. His remarks will come as those delegates cast their votes for him as the party's nominee. They already have. Saturday evening, Trump said, looks forward to joining you. Much of the speech was really focused on Biden. Has reportedly been changing his speech in response to the shooting. Much of the speech was originally focused on the Biden administration's policies and likely wouldn't have sounded much different from his usual campaign rally stump speeches, tangential, off the cuff, and undeniably Trumpian. But in the wake of the shooting, the former president has reportedly sought a softer message, calling for national unity, calling for cooler heads to prevail and for political violence to be avoided. Huh. Huh. He will now call for a new effort at national unity, noting that people from different political views have called him after the attack. Eric the Red, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1. I have my doubts, but I guess I had never even considered the possibility that he would also try and do that. Like, the idea of Trump having any amount of self-reflection is so fucking foreign to me, right? But here's the thing. You would think any other person in the world, if you look at the diagram, it missed the back half of his brain by nothing. Like nothing. The idea of him reflecting on that, combined with Democrats calling him, causing him to reflect, is so wild to consider. I don't know. I cannot see it. Like, I cannot, it is so, like, literally, look at all the pictures of him. He just looks like a fucking angry grunkle. I don't know. That's, like, either way, we'll see in a couple days, right? Yeah, maybe softening his image. You know what? You absolutely could be right. Like, it is the, on one hand, it is almost the smart play to try and appeal to a softer image. God damn, they're still going. All right, well, I don't want to. What is even there to? They've confirmed him. What is there to do? Like, does he accept the nomination? Because they gave all the delegates, right? All right, day one. Here's what to expect. They're just holding a fucking dog shit cover band concert. Descending. Yeah, he has like 2,000 delegates. We get it. Trump's nomination is a formality, but still a mystery who the former president will select. We know that now. All right, first official session gets underway. Okay. I can't look at the RNC's master calendar. Nope. Cool. I bet it's just spiking off my VPN. His two older sons are slated to speak, along with his son Donald Jr.'s fiancée, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and RNC co-chair Laura Trump, who is married to Eric Trump. Trump's wife, Melania Trump, has not been named as speaker. Nor is his daughter Ivanka, who worked in his first administration. It's a family business, everybody. USA Today. What's on USA Today? Oh yeah, we've looked at court documents. JD Vance. MAGA succession plan. My wife doesn't talk to me anymore. All right. That's all right. Well, this doesn't. I don't want to. If Trump is going to come talk. All right, here we go. Second Catholic VP. Wow. In a 2016 column he penned for USA Today, he differentiated the religiosity of Trump's voters and those of Senator Ted Cruz, saying the former candidate's voters had largely abandoned the faith of their forefathers and myriad social benefits that come with it. Oh, great. So he's a trad cath. Yeah, I know. bold move. Wow. Trump isn't talking today, as far as I know. It sounds like it, yeah. All right, let's... Biden campaign slams J.D. Vance as enabler of Trump's extreme MAGA agenda. Donald Trump picked J.D. Vance as running mate because Vance will do what Mike Pence wouldn't on January 6th, bend over backwards to enable Trump and his extreme MAGA agenda, even if it means breaking the law, no matter the harm to the American people. Thank you, Jen O'Malley Dillon, for saying fucking something with a spine. She said Vance will make it his mission to enact policies outlined in Project 2025. Over the next 3.5 months, we will spend every single day making the case between the two starkly contrasting visions Americans will choose at the ballot box. Great. Bring youth to the ticket. God damn. Influential think tank backs President back Vance. Shocking. Heritage Foundation President Kevin Roberts was speaking when news about Senator J.D. Vance came out. A grin broke across his face. He's close with the senator. Quote, he understands the moment we're in this country, which is that we have a limited amount of time to implement great policy on behalf of forgotten Americans, someone J.D. Vance personifies. Yep, what did I fucking say? They're already trying to play the rural angle. When he was, oh my God, working at a Peter Thiel investment firm. Like, he's not a fucking struggling American. God. Jupiter Saturn, do you think the Republican National Convention is an artist alley? No, they probably have. I mean, they do. They almost guarantee have a market area like they did at CPAC. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, VP pick is in. How to watch the art? Yeah. Okay, so I don't like. Yeah, they have a con artist alley. I wouldn't be. Yep, they're still Mephistopheles. They're still like they've just been fucking jamming for so long. God bless them, I guess. Oh no, this song is wrapping up. All right, I'm gonna look up the RNC schedule. Oh, let me read some of these. Violet Smoker, thank you for following. Super Saiyan Nexus, thank you for subbing with Prime. Cabbage Track, thank you for following. And Dennis Simkovich, thank you for following.
Thank you for your patience.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is now my honor to introduce the Attorney General of Iowa, Brenna Bird. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome.
Heavy Armor, thank you for following.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to determine our nominee for the office of Vice President of the United States, Senator J.D. Vance.
That was... Now people are chanting USA. Just like, that's another thing. Y'all don't understand that, like, USA chants just break out spontaneously.
Time for a little convention business here. The chair states that in compliance with Rule 40B, the chair has been furnished with evidence that a plurality of the delegates from each of 5 or more states severally support the candidate who will be presented for the nomination for Vice President of the United States. The chair would like to remind delegates of the provisions of Rule 40A, which provide that in part, if there is only one candidate for nomination for Vice President of the United States who has demonstrated the support
Yenzo, I
required
saw
by
that.
this paragraph B of this rule, a motion to nominate for such office by acclamation shall be in order, and no calling of the roll with respect to such office shall be required. At this time, the chair states that she has been furnished with evidence that there is only one candidate for nomination for the office of Vice President who has demonstrated the support required under Rule 40B of the Rules of the Convention. Delegates and alternates, the chair recognizes and is pleased to introduce John Husted, Lieutenant Governor of Ohio, for the purpose of nominating. Please give him a warm welcome.
Ugh.
Are we ready? Are we ready to nominate a vice president?
Bro really said, "Are we ready?"
How about
Did you hear
Ohio?
that? He walked up like, "Are we ready?" With the
That's
W.
Awesome. I'm John Husted, the Lieutenant Governor from the great state of Ohio.
And then he was like, "Oh shit, no, run that back. Are we ready?"
It is an honor to speak to you all this afternoon to formally nominate the Republican nominee.
This shit isn't
Vice
real,
President
man.
Of the United States.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Ohio is the heart of it all, and that is certainly the case once again here today.
Ohio.
The vice presidency is an office.
I think you mean
of sacred
Ohio.
trust. The man who accepts
Ohio.
this nomination accepts with
Are we
it
ready,
the awesome responsibility to give wise counsel to the president.
Discord
to
getting type
represent
shit.
America abroad, to preside over the Senate.
Ohio
to be
gozaimasu.
ready to lead our nation at a moment's notice.
What is
Such
between a man and a woman?
Must have an America first attitude in his heart. He must. Amen.
It sounded like a dude going, "Ah." Like I got Chewbacca in the front
He
row.
must embrace his obligation to the American family, the American worker, and the American soldier.
We need an America
He must
first movement.
believe that America is exceptional.
Amen. Thank you, Chewy. Trick Weapon Kate, thank you so much for $20. We ready.
And be prepared in the tradition of
Ohio
our founders to
marriage.
pledge his life, his fortune, his sacred honor to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Dark Homestar.
He must share
That's
the
fine.
values and principles of our presidential nominee and be trusted to
Make Cash It
faithfully
great
implement
again.
the will of the people. J.D. Vance is such a man.
He's such a man. Yep, he sure looks like such a man.
JD, 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 JD.
Yenza, these guys are probably why I don't consider myself working class, because I live on welfare and never held down a job.
A man who loves America and will represent our people.
I mean, like if you're
moral
working,
courage,
you are working class.
strength, and honor.
It's Fry Man. Thank you for following.
JD is a living embodiment of the American dream.
JD's nuts.
He came from humble beginnings, and even as his life took him to places he might have never imagined,
Humble
he
beginnings.
never forgot where he came from.
What did I say?
Ohio
What did I say
values are
at the
in his
beginning
blood.
of the fucking stream? I said, as soon as I heard it was JD Vance, I said like 2 hours ago, they're going to hammer. He is
served
going to
our
be
nation
the
in the
like
United
down
States
home,
Marine Corps.
relatable aspect of Trump's candidacy to try and relate to the everyman, to the working man.
He is a graduate of The Ohio State University.
He went to fucking Yale. He worked under Peter Thiel. He was at an investment
He
firm.
graduated summa cum laude from Yale Law School and is the author of the best-selling book Hillbilly Elegy. And he is a crusader for the people of the Ohio.
Well, he wasn't born into wealth.
Senate.
He was apparently born legitimately quite poor.
He has never forgotten the working people of our country, and he never will. He fought to bring investment to middle America as a businessman and has fought to defend them every single day in the Senate.
Osowo? Bullshit.
And this I know. He will faithfully stand by President Donald Trump's side as they win this election and change the course of our nation. They will change the course of our nation to the benefit of all American citizens and truly make our country great again. It is therefore.
Yeah, no, Gail Hound, I think that's the best way to put it. He came from a poor family, but kicked the
for the office of
ladder behind him.
President of the United States of America.
No, it literally is. It literally is like a matter of, look at, don't y'all like this good old boy? Dustin the Damned Leg, it's like, we have a good old boy just like y'all. Bless your heart. I mean it in the most Texas way possible.
Delegates and alternates, pursuant to Rule 40A, a motion to nominate by acclamation.
Racial and gender,
is
thank you for
now
subbing
in
at Tier
order.
1.
The chair now recognizes Delegate Bernie Moreno, Senate candidate from Ohio, for the purpose of making a motion.
Vote for this.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Bernie Moreno. I'm honored to be the Republican nominee for the U.S. Senate from the great state of Ohio.
Ohio
I know
moment.
firsthand that my dear friend JD is a selfless and brilliant fighter. He is a patriot who loves America. He loves Ohio. He loves his family. He's a great father. He's a great man. And that's what we need in this nation today. To JD Vance, America First is not just a slogan. It's his North Star.
Fuck.
He has followed it every moment of his life and career.
Oh,
He
Cam
knows
of Theseus,
what it's
Skibbity
like to live
Ohio
in
Gyat.
poverty, forgotten by Washington politicians.
Yes,
He is
notably,
dedicated to
everybody's talking
ensure
about how he
that
called
no
Trump America's
American is ever
Hitler. Like, which
again,
I think tells you everything you need to know. Sorry, I'm weeping out of my eye because I got sunscreen in it.
Madam Chair,
it tells you
it
everything
is
you
a
need to know about his
great
principles
honor
and his beliefs.
to move
That
JD Vance be
he's
nominated
now
by acclamation
he's going to
by
be
this Republican
VP.
National Convention as its candidate.
Yet in 2016 he called Trump America's Hitler.
United States of America.
Yeah, it's almost like he doesn't have principles. Shocker. It's almost like this is a massive political power move for him to even just be nominated at such a young age.
The previous question is ordered. The question is on the motion that Senator J.D. Vance be nominated by acclamation. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed signify by saying no. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Like, he goes by JD.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce that Senator J.D. Vance has the overwhelming support of this convention to be the next Vice President of the United States.
Bro looks like he's going to cry.
The chair is pleased to make the following appointments to the escort committee for Senator J.D. Vance.
What's the age for VP? I think it's the same age as president.
Nominee. Usha Vance, thank you, and God bless America.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing: JD Vance is a huge Israel supporter.
Speaker Johnson
has a non-white wife. The Nazis for Trump are going to be pissed with this one, for real.
Pursuant to Rule 40D of the rules of the Republican Party, I formally declare
James
President
Donald
J.
Bowman.
Trump and J.D. Vance as the
Bowman's
Republican nominees
well,
for President
Bowman's like a
and
fine.
Vice
Yeah, that's a
President
weird.
of the United
Bowman's a
States.
fine name. I'm like, James David Vance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back RNC
Like
Chairman
I get
Michael
going by
Watley.
JD, but Bowman to Vance is weird. Milwaukee, which means the good.
What a great afternoon for the Republican Party, and what a great afternoon for America.
And,
now time to take the
I tell you, almost not as good as 2 days ago. That would have been a good afternoon for America. Am I right?
To the center camera directly opposite the stage, we will take the official photograph.
Like it's a fucking summer camp. Come on. I'm probably just thinking like, thinking of New Vegas. Oh, okay, so it's his wife's name, or his mom's name. The Caw Cassidy.
Camera's right there, right above it. See the guy with the big
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yenzo, I saw. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Mr. Peace making a YouTube video. Whoever lasts the longest is his VP. I only know a lot of different reasons people know Milwaukee in here. I only know Milwaukee because of Trixie Mattel. I only know Milwaukee because of Dahmer.
Thank you, delegates.
Is the guy gonna come up and talk, or?
At this time, please welcome Leora Levy, delegate
Trixie
and
Dahmer
National
ticket.
Committee
Fuck it,
woman
why
from
not?
Connecticut, who will lead us in a benediction.
Right, Christian nationalism. I forgot. How could I forget? I forgot.
Let us pray.
Jesus Christ.
That means be quiet. Bow your heads. Heavenly Father,
I know
we
she
thank
gets
you
mad
for
at
the
servers.
life and the strength of President Donald Trump. And
I
pray
know.
that you
I
continue to
know.
protect
She
his
sends
family.
nearly every meal she has
Pray
back to
for
the kitchen.
Corey Comparatori and his family. May his memory always be a blessing. We pray for the 2 patriotic Americans who were wounded and for their speedy, complete
Elden
recovery.
Ring ass word.
King of the
Benediction.
universe, who knows all, sees all, please watch over us as we embark on the work for which we have gathered here today. We are here to elect President
God,
Donald
man.
J. Trump, a leader with wisdom, strength, courage, and the experience
Bleak.
to repair what
Fucking
has been badly
bleak.
broken. Lord, please bless the leaders of our great Republican Party. Bless President Trump.
This is
Vice
fucking-
President J.D. Vance, RNC Chairman Michael Watley,
This is
Co-Chairman
fucking rough,
Laura
dude.
Trump, the delegates, alternates,
I tried to
guests
tell people in the
gathered
chat
here
being
today
like,
as we work
"Oh, this is
to
crazy
make
to see." Like,
America
dude,
great
that's
again.
this is what I did my
we
CPAC video for.
remember your
Like, this
word
is
in
the modern
Deuteronomy
Republican Party.
31:6.
Like, conservatism
Be strong and
Christian
courageous.
nationalism are
Do
inseparable,
not be
and Trump is a
afraid
third
because
pillar.
of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave nor forsake you. Our Father in heaven, bless our exceptional country,
Borderline cult behavior,
United
nothing seals
States
you,
of
bro.
America, and all who stand vigilant to protect us, the members of our armed forces, police, and first responders. O Lord our God, we pray for the peace of Jerusalem, your eternal city, and for
Fuck,
all
man.
the children of Abraham.
Fuck
We
you.
remember and pray for freedom for the hostages kidnapped and held so cruelly against their will. Lord, please keep them in your
You
sight. and
fucking
hasten the
monsters.
day
You
of their
fucking
freedom.
absolute depraved
Lord, we have gathered
demons.
here from different
Oh
communities,
my God.
cities, states, and territories. Let us pray together, united.
Yeah, just
for
fuck
our
the
nation, United
Palestinian
States of
kids, you
America.
goddamn
May
witch.
our prayers unite the American people to work together for the betterment of our nation and of the entire world. May America be a light unto the nations and an emissary of clarity and leadership for the world. Grant peace, goodness,
Misanthropic, I can't approve that one. I can't approve that one.
Kindness and mercy to us.
That one.
Bless us, our Father,
I can't approve that one.
All of us as one, with the light of your face. Amen.
In a moment, we will recess until this evening's session.
Fucking
this
for what?
This evening's session will reconvene at approximately 5:45. However, I will instruct delegates to please return to the hall at 5:30 p.m. in order to be in your seats by 5:45 p.m. I thank you for consideration. The chair declares that the 2024 Republican National Convention is in recess, subject to the call of the chair.
Hang on. Got it. Nailed it. Of course, yep. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave their right to me. Jesus Christ. I know, nice comically large gavel. No, we were talking about that. We were talking, that's what got me to do the squeaky noises. People were like, just like,
I didn't hear no bell.
Thank you. Alexis Vandam, thank you for $5. IDK, if this is your opinion or not, but Vance being the nominee might be a good thing largely because he's way too extreme on abortion for independence. Maybe. Here's the thing. I don't think they're going to be pushing any of his side stuff, any of his actual opinions, because he's extreme on a lot of stuff. I don't think they're going to be pushing that. They're going to be pushing his relatability coming from a small town life. Like that is the main, like that is his, you have to look at VP picks in terms of their utility, right? That is his utility to Trump. Is saying, oh look, Trump obviously the evangelical, well not evangelical, but the Catholic vote, but that is the broader aspect of appeal. Yeah, it's fucking, it's just annoying. It's just annoying because I know he's explicitly super anti-trans and Catholic nationalist and all this stuff. Awesome kid, yeah, I'm voting. Like, yeah, I've talked about it. Like, I'm voting for Biden. Like, what's the fucking alternative? Taking away one vote for Biden? That's just one more vote for Trump. Like, Biden, I'm not gonna say Biden's good. Biden fucking sucks. I hate how he continues to enable genocide, but like, that's literally all we got. Like, there's not really an alternative. And I know people, I don't believe this accelerationist bullshit that people have. Maybe if shit gets more fucked up, if Biden wins, shit gets even more fucked up in 4 years, I will, or Trump wins, yeah, I'll be accelerationist. But I'm not. Like, I don't believe the only way to try and build a better world is to abstain from voting so society falls into collapse. Like, I just don't believe that. I don't. Yeah, it sucks. I'm not gonna front like I'm riding with Biden, like I'm hardcore into Biden. I'm super not. But yeah, accelerationism isn't like, it doesn't help anybody but the performative people behind it, right? Yeah, like go vote. I have a sinking feeling about the way the election is going. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go vote. Irish DC, I think the U.S. needs to collapse because Trump is just the end result of a multitude of problems with the U.S. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. It does feel like we're hurtling towards a season finale. I'm getting big Game of Thrones last season vibes from this, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. I would prefer the U.S. didn't collapse because I live here, and a lot of other people who mean well and want to do good things live here. And I think that we can still mean well and do good things. We just have to fight against the people who want to do bad things. Thank you, stream stickers. Eric the Red, thank you for pop cat. Opinion on insistent third-party voters? Shut up. Like here's the problem with third-party, right? Is that every third-party candidate is wishful thinking, and always has been in America. In Britain, where there are more than two parties technically, where there are a bunch of smaller candidates that can be elected, completely fine, whatever. But in America, the ones that have money behind them, because we live in a corporatocracy, the ones that have money behind them, Democrats and Republicans, are the ones who are going to win, or who are going to be the nominees. Like, no matter how much you might want RFK Jr., which, like, I also don't want to vote. Like, he's like the front runner for the independent candidacy. I do not want another sexual assaulter who sounds like a cancer patient, throat cancer patient. Like, no. Like, listen to RFK Jr. The man had literal brain worms. Like, you can't make up that shit, dude. Like, no. Like, RFK Jr. maybe if there was a more serious candidate that had actual real support behind them. Like, if there was a candidate who once and for all had provably enough support to get everybody on board, maybe. But the structures of the United States do not want to allow for that. The idea of, excuse me, the idea of a third-party candidate basically feels like it is entirely engineered to just placate people who go at Republican and Democrats and go like, man, fuck this. I don't want to choose either of these dumbass old assholes. And then the third party is like, hello, we are third party. And if you choose us, it's very pragmatic and the intelligent choice, because that means if anything bad happens, you won't have supported the other two. But the ultimate reality is that nobody who votes third party, like, deep down, you know they're not going to win, right? Yeah, I love living in the timeline where the guy with actual brain worms is only the second worst choice. Vinny Vega, thank you for following. Brutus Magnuson, that's another good one. $1.99. Remind people they want to ban adult websites. I think that, again, if you had a younger, cooler candidate than Biden, like, dog, if I were running for president, I would be talking about all the shit they want to take away from you. Like, fuck all this Trump stuff about, like, oh, he's done this and he's broken these laws, because the regular American doesn't give a fuck, and they've heard about it for 8 years. It doesn't mean anything to them. If you tell average Joe fuck off working 16 hours a day at a steel plant, going home to his hustler, that, hey, under Trump, these, like, Pornhub would be blocked. Like, the trans girls you like to honk off to won't be able to get their hormones. Like, all of the ways in which your life can and will become tangibly worse if everything in Project 2025 is enacted. Easy sell. Easy sell. But golf, though. Oh, did I miss Nick? Did I miss Nick? All right, let me see if I can go back. Can I not go back a couple seconds? All right, did I miss Nick he was on the left, I think. Oh, it was a Chud that looks like him. I'm like, there's no way Nick was in there. I know. I do want to see, real quick, let me see if I can find Nick Fuentes. I want to see him malding. He had a beard, though. Yeah, no, clearly. God, Nick's dumbass, like, mustache. So fucking dumb. I love his stupid little mustache. I don't love it. It looks dog shit, but that's fitting for him, is what I meant. Like it's a good look for such a dumbass. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me see. Do you think we'll ever see the day that a trans person gets elected president? I think it's highly contingent upon what happens if... I think the eventuality of that is highly contingent upon if, like, what happens next. Because, like, I think people are not prepared for... So, like, a good example is the other day when Trump came out and said, like, we're banning all HRT support for all gender reassignment from federal agencies. And everybody came out, all the Republicans were like, don't freak out. This doesn't mean adults won't be able to access HRT. But you're a fucking idiot if you think people like Matt Walsh won't advocate for that. If you think people like J.D. Vance now won't advocate for that. Like, because that is the point at which they're starting, right? And they will inch further and further and further and further towards legitimately trying to cut out trans people from public life. The kind of measures of which we've already seen at every level across plenty of states, whether that's in school sports, whether that's mandating that kids don't have to, or teachers don't have to respect a kid's pronouns, like whether that's forcing parents to, or forcing teachers to tell parents that their kid might be experimenting with gender, even if it puts them in danger. So, like, if Trump is elected, and granted, I don't have proof for this, but knowing how Republicans, inch by inch by inch by inch, continue to try and shift the Overton window of acceptability, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump gets elected in the next 4 years. We see them even at a federal. I don't think they could do it at a federal level, but I would totally see at a state level. Some conservatives, as the gender issue heats up, which under Trump it will, even more, I could see them trying to ban transgender people from office. I could see it. Yeah, same slippery slope as the abortion banning. First time chat. Thank you, Clover in Time. If you get into office and then transition, this is how we get to the White House. Ooh, smart. Oh, man. That would be fucking crazy. That would be a fucking baller move to do. All right, who do we... Sounds the alarm on J.D. Vance. I do not trust him. I want to hear from J.D. Vance why it's not a red flag that he's called Trump a racist. It's suspicious because I see him getting shilled right after he gets money from Teal. Most persecuted man in America. Sneeko, by the way, came out, was it yesterday? Drama alert. By the way, here's Nick Fuentes with friend of Nick Fuentes' show, Sneeko. Sneeko came out yesterday, I think it was on Drama Alert, saying something to the effect of basically making the age is just a number argument, and that girls are ready to have sex by the time they reach sexual maturity, and that the age of maturity is different than the age of consent, and the age of consent is lower than 16. That was an argument this dude made yesterday. Friend with Nick Fuentes. Unsurprisingly, Nick Fuentes, guy who said he wants to have a 16-year-old girl, 16-year-old wife when he's like 34 or something. Not the only time, by the way. Nick Fuentes was close friends with Ali Alexander, who got outed as a groomer for trying to have sex with underage boys through text messages. And also another groiper a couple years ago was outed as having possession of child abuse materials. Child sexual abuse materials. Who was a big fan of Nick Fuentes. Big fan. It's weird how that kind of keeps popping up around Nick. Odd. Very odd. Odd. Some might say coincidence. Maybe. Unless you don't believe there are coincidences.
This is, you heard it here first. Vice President pick J.D. Vance.
Why do you know that?
It's a rumor. It's not 100%, but I heard on good authority from several people that Vance is the pick for vice president. It's a big problem.
What's the reason behind that? And when do they have? How much time do they have to announce the VP?
Well, there's no deadline.
Here's the thing I love about Sneako. He's one of the most vapid, empty-headed people in the world. And so anytime you watch him and Nick talk, it's just Sneako knowing nothing and Nick literally just, filling his head. Like Nick literally just being like, I'm going to tell you all of my opinions and why you should think this way. And because Sneako just barely has object permanence. Like I don't think he's unable to feed himself, but I do think he scares himself every time he walks past a mirror. Like I do think every time he goes past, he's like, oh God, that's me. Okay. Like that's Sneako, right? Like I've talked about how he and Aiden Ross are maybe two of the dumbest people on the planet. And it's just like, it's another one of these things that Nick only uses Sneako to get his information out to a wider audience. That's it. Yeah. Oh, God.
The convention, I think, is in July or August. So typically they announce it in the month or two leading up to that. It's like June. Could happen earlier than that. They say, because it's surprising, J.D. Vance is a freshman senator from Ohio. So he's only been in office for 2 years. Barely 2 years. And the other thing about him is that he was an anti-Trumper. He didn't vote for Trump in 2016. And in fact,
he's a young guy, right?
Relatively young. Yeah, I think he's like late 30s, early 40s. But he loved Obama. He voted for Evan McMullin, who was a CIA agent in 2016, who was picked by Bill Kristol.
And again, Sneako, no idea who any of these fucking people are. Nick has his conspiracy lined up. He's like, okay, I'm gonna show you the corkboard and how everything is connected and give you no other context around anything. So you will only believe my narrative. Yeah. Catboy, lover, gun enthusiast, Sneako, and some guy they found on the street. Yeah, I have no idea who this, future Slenderman is. Republicans planning to federally ban HRT for minors. That's what Trump is saying. Trump, yeah, they are planning to federally ban, not only, so in that clip, they also talked about how they were planning to bring doctors up on charges who had been, mutilating is the word they use, which doesn't happen. We've spoken about this at length. Pretty much every time I do a video where somebody touches trans stuff, I have to be like, it's getting to be like the cat box thing where it's like nobody's getting mutilated. Every major medical organization does not advocate for invasive surgery for gender-affirming healthcare before the age of 18. None of them do. None of them. The idea that is being touted by dipshits that 12-year-olds are having sex change operations. No. The amount that would actually fuck up somebody's system. To have to grow into that. It's not happening. It's not advisable. They want to wait. That's why they want to use hormone blockers, but wait until the person is fully grown. Yeah, so anytime somebody tells you that, you can, another thing liberals and leftists need to be better at is just telling people they're fucking wrong. Instead of, you don't necessarily need to have all that information. You can just say, that's not happening. I think liberals and leftists should normalize just full-on denying the conspiracy. Without going, because at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck. If you were arguing with somebody on Twitter, they don't give a fuck if you're right or wrong. Or they're wrong. But to the optics of everybody else, if you can just shut that down, and then, yeah, go ahead later, you can provide sources and all this other stuff. But if you can just shut that down and be like, no, fuck you, you're wrong. That's not happening. And if they ask where's your source? Then you can provide sources. Then you can provide sources from all of the medical bodies, all of the different medical organizations that support you. And then there's also I think the American Academy of Pediatrics is another one to watch out for because they are a They're basically a conservative think tank that has a fraction of the... What? There's another American Organization of Pediatricians. I forget. There's two that are very closely named on purpose. Vinny Vega, hell, they think the source is wrong too. They don't care about that most of the time. Yeah. I mean, it's true, but if you get in an argument, remember that you are not... Which is very cathartic in this moment. A lot of people are doing it. I'm doing it all the fucking time. But remember that you are not working to convince the person you're arguing with. You're working to convince bystanders. Is it time for the thing, or is that in an hour? No, I think it's done. I don't know. American College of Pediatrics. Thank you, Lane. I don't know what else is going on today, but I think I may be done. I'm tired. I was expecting to like hop on for an hour, maybe, and here we are at like 3.5. But let me see. Oh my gosh, my back hurts. I am starving. I have not eaten today. I kind of want to go see if I can find somewhere that has like a... Ooh, actually right across the street they have good ass barbecue. I just want like a pulled pork sandwich. Like I am going fucking crazy for that. I don't know why. That just sounds so good. All right, do we want to do KF Logan? Let's do left flank vets because it looks like he's still covering it there. Go say hi. Go support the channel. I'm gonna go get some food in me, and I probably won't be back tonight. I'll probably be back tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see if what the schedule's like, but I'll definitely be, if nothing else, on Thursday streaming. So, yeah, thank you all very much, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And don't forget to like and subscribe and do all the things.